Hello. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay. We had to get everybody's audio a little bit more fine-tuned, so please let me know if there's any issues. Hopefully there won't be at this point after spending like 30 minutes doing that, but hope y'all are having a lovely evening. Hello, Rebecca and Chloe and Sophie and Jason. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well today. And yes, that is a crackling fireplace you hear. Because we had to set the ambiance. So,
yes.
Today,
gather round, children.
Gather round. Today's stream is going to be focused on Storytime with Nigel, because Nigel has many cursed and funny stories to tell.
Yes.
I expect everybody to be on their best behavior, even though some of the content, this one is being mature warning for a reason. Or many reasons. I will try and post... Yeah, mostly the lizard. I will try and post up content warnings to the best of my ability at the start of each story. And I'm gonna do my best to be on top of that, even though I will probably be crying with laughter here shortly. Sophie says, I am so ready. Excellent.
Let's go.
So excited. Okay, so for those of you who may or may not be new or just don't know everybody here, I'm Barry. I'm a Sweet Switch VTuber, normally in a bit of a different form, but because everybody is, you know, like I have all my Nesoberry plush friends today, I figured I would... It was only right to be the same. I love the old
Barry.
stock art Miku figure, thank you!
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yep.
Thanks, Tony.
No, that one's not Tony. That's Kay. That's like OG.
Oh, you're right. That's a real. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Okay,
Hello,
yeah,
Galen.
thanks, Kay.
Nigel's questionable content corner. Okay, if y'all want to go down the line and introduce yourselves.
All right, from right to left, like a manga.
Yuli.
Ah, yes. Stop, you're reading the wrong direction.
I'm so
Hello.
sad they don't do that anymore.
Yeah! Anyway, hi, I'm Yuli. I'm tired. That's my introduction. Oh, my pronouns are they, them, or she, her. Or whatever is most comedic at the time.
Oh, right. My pronouns are also she, her. I forgot to mention that. Joop.
Hello, I'm Jupe. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, whatever is also most comedic at the time. I'm also tired, but mostly I am eating pizza strata, which I guess is not lunch. So I did eat lunch today. This is dinner, and so my description is a lie. That today I have eaten lunch.
You did eat lunch. You messaged me about lunch
Yay.
earlier. And that it was
Good
a
job.
betrayal.
Oh, no.
But she
I
ate lunch.
thought I was going to eat miso soup, but then there were pineapples in it.
What?
What?
That doesn't make a single sense.
I don't know what kind of soup it was supposed to be, but there were pineapples in it.
I literally can't imagine this.
I have to try this at some point.
Oh, no.
I spat it back out again.
Why? Rebecca says.
That sounds incorrect.
It sounds incorrect, but also sometimes food crimes are okay. They turn out better than you might expect. So.
That's true,
I kept thinking
but still.
that maybe it would be better if I had just another bite. But I only did that for like 2 or 3 bites and was like, no, this is not good.
Actually, this just sucks.
Okay, Steep.
Anyway, I'm Steve. My pronouns are he, him, they, them. Also, why are we doing this? Just everybody can be whatever they need at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
But
I
just a
am,
matter of preference.
I am our resident, or I guess we're all kind of resident programmers in this, except for Barry.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Does
Nigel,
do
you're a programmer?
Only in the only as a hobbyist, and only when it's necessary.
That's fair.
Fair.
That's completely valid because
Yeah.
the less you have to actually force computers to do what you're telling them to do, the better. I think, and happier you just generally get to be.
I would
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not a number apples. We haven't played for fools.
Ah, yes, Nan is my favorite breed of apple.
I don't get it.
And you're probably happier off for it.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
better this way.
Yeah.
Please do not understand these jokes.
Okay.
Well, I guess that leaves me.
Yes, the guest
hello.
of honor.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nigel. My pronouns are. I'm sorry.
Your pronouns are do not perceive me.
Pronouns are I'm sorry.
Yes.
Your pronouns are silence.
No, I'm sorry. I got a work email that I'm not going to read right now because I don't have to. Yes. My pronouns are stupid ass motherfucker, and I will be regaling you all tonight on the request of our wonderful, gracious host, Bray Mont Blanc, with tales directly from my life, with less editorializing than you will probably think.
Nigel's just good at this.
I mean,
you need to be actual VTuber, I swear. If you don't want to do stand-up, you need to become VTuber.
I might do that at some point, but for now, I'll just ride coattails.
Well, I am more than happy to give you a platform in the meantime.
Okay, well, you know what? That'll work for now. I'll put it in my portfolio when I go apply to Hollow Stars or Nijisanji En or whoever. V Shoujo, but like whatever Takahata's doing. Anyway, I'm not the MC, so whenever you'd like to kick us off, Miss Mont Blanc.
Sure. Okay, we have like sort of something of an organized set list, sort of, like just to keep us relatively on track.
All right. So, is that in the main channel right now? Let me see.
It's in the shitposting channel.
Of course, it's in.
I'm gonna. Hang on, I'll bump it back to the bottom. So
No, that's fine. I scrolled up.
Okay. Well, there it is anyway.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So Nigel and I go pretty far back. I think we met initially in we had mutual friends in high school and probably knew each other briefly in passing. But I think our first time actually hanging out was at a con called Sac Anime one year.
2012, I believe it was.
Oh God.
Yes, you were, I believe the first time I laid a single eye upon you was when you came into the room to either rest or do a repair to your Galloping Gallop Pinkie Pie dress.
That tracks.
Yeah.
We're getting old, Sophie says. Ooh. Yeah.
Hey. You're not supposed to point it out. That's rude. Yes, little did either of us know.
Little did either of us know we would go on many of an adventure together.
It's been a lot. I've seen a lot happen. I've done more than I ever thought I would, and if you thought I was going to use my platform to make Barry Mont Blanc cry live on stream, you're goddamn right.
No! No!
So yeah, it's been a super wild ride. Admittedly, I have helped Barry move several times, as well as Steve. I've helped Barry and Steve move several times. I have done a lot of. I've done more con sales than I ever thought I would. Helping Barry sell many an art. I have also felt the weight of what I affectionately refer to as the heavy gay shit. Because if there's one thing you gotta know about Barry Mont Blanc, is that Barry Mont Blanc's gay as hell. And yes, I have.
And I draw many an art.
Yeah, she can't stop. It's a problem.
I'm sorry.
I've hefted many a print suitcase. I have moved many a box. I have driven many a mile, and she's worth every single ounce of effort that I've ever put in. Because
No, I can't cry. I
because-
can't even cry with this model.
because man, what an absolute treasure. I literally, my life is richer for the presence of this stupid gay ass cat. and
Fred.
I'm very glad to be here. This is as close to VTubing as I've ever been, for sure. And I've met a lot of amazing people. I've met a lot of like more than niche famous people. I have gone to a lot of things. I've had experiences I never would have had through the berry. I've met a wonderful blueprint printer by the name of Kip 3000.
Oh my god.
Oh, Kip 3000.
Steve
What a
and I
legend.
had a wonderful moment meeting a blueprint printer.
I was just trying to get prints done.
Oh man, this wasn't even on the set list, but this is a good one to open with because
Yeah.
it's very wholesome. This is how I think mutually Steve and I
Bonded.
realized we were
Yeah.
gonna be friends.
This is the moment when it became Steve is just Barry's boyfriend, and that's when the friendship that's
Yeah.
when the
It's when the
handshake
friendship-
of justice happens.
Exactly. We were at
the pact
FedEx
was
Kinko's.
sealed.
Exactly. The bond was formed. The pact was sealed. We were at the FedEx Kinko's getting some art printed, and just waiting in line for the art because that's how it is sometimes. And
Yeah.
I look over, and there is this like 1980s ass machine, and it is so wonderfully like. It's so wonderfully 80s. It like I can't see things in my head. I'm an aphant. I don't have visual imagery in my mind, but I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
it was,
you, Steve.
oh,
for
is that a
posting-
picture of
I got a picture of not the Kip, but a Kip 3000.
Oh yes, a Kip 3000. Yes, so this is a Kip 3000. If you look in the chat, I looked upon Kip 3000. And I think what did it for me was the top like feed thing, just the way the shape, the sort of like cut triangle like polygon shape of the feed thing. I loved it. And I was like, oh, look at this Kip 3000. It's so cool. And Steve was like, what the hell are you looking at? And walked over and was like, oh, Kip 3000 is so cool.
Meanwhile, I'm just
And,
trying to get my prints made, and I'm like, I don't know
You
what
look-
these children are doing.
You look behind you, realize we're both gone. Where have they gone? And now
On
we're
the
both
other corner of the store.
of the FedEx Kinkos, and we're just like fawning over this wonderful lad who has certainly printed many a blueprint, done many a work over its decades of service, and still has plenty of work left to do, plenty of life left in it. Look at that elegant, look at those angles, look at that office beige with the nice blue. What a good boy. Kip 3000 is a good boy.
And it's huge.
And it's really big.
It's like 6 feet long.
Yeah, no, it's also real big. The scale doesn't come through because there's not like a person sitting next to it, but like that's a big boy. And that was it. That we knew. We just spent the next 3 hours just talking about the life and legend of Kip 3000. And from that day forth, I was in.
Why was it so prominently featured in this FedEx? We will never know.
That's
because
where
it
Kip
is-
3000
Yeah.
deserved to be.
It's a specialty printer. It's not like a thing that you can print out 8x11s on.
It
Oh,
was
just
also like a
happens to
very
be a
hole in the
blueprint
wall FedEx.
Yeah.
So it's just
that's
like,
the
how
one
did
you
you
gotta
end up
go
here?
What is your story?
What is we?
What brought you to us on this day?
What serendipity that we were able to encounter this wonderful printer, this wonderful machine.
Also, I want to emphasize how loudly y'all were fawning over this printer.
We were having a good time. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
And we were going for a good 10 minutes
Yeah,
there.
the lady helping me with my prints was just like, very confused and looking at me like, are they with you? And I was just like, I don't know what they're doing. I'm sorry.
Not right now, they're not. Yes, so that was a very impromptu story time.
Yep.
The rest of the stories are regrettably far less wholesome. But anyway, yes, Barry's real cool. She's good. If you're here and you haven't followed her, what are you doing? Go follow, subscribe, do the social media, Twitch things. Do it.
Yes, following
Good.
the stream helps us grow and is much appreciated. Like, y'all don't have to sub, but if you do, it would be cool.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely have to.
We're also going to be having a community day tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, where I'm going to play Mario Kart with you guys, as well as a couple of the Nesso Berries. I think Jupe is joining us. Juice is also joining us. Yuli, are you also coming for Mario Kart tomorrow?
Yes.
Excellent.
What time is that at?
2:30.
2:30.
Yeah.
Can do.
Excellent.
I will try to be there.
Ooh.
But yeah, Barry's great. This is one of my best friends. Just treasure. Don't. If anyone says otherwise, I'll fight him with a fist.
Shucks.
Anyway, shall we get into the juicy, delicious, awful meat of these stories?
Absolutely.
All right, the first one.
Also, now that you're done praising me, we can go into the time where you called me a stupid bitch.
Yes, this is the tale of the stupid bitch. So,
let's see. Chloe asks real quick, sorry, get home from work after the stream starts. Is there anything I need to know ahead of time so I can join the races? You will need my Nintendo Switch friend code, which I'll copy paste in chat real quick. Whoops, not copy message link. I want copy, just copy, normal copy. So be sure to add me on Switch. I will do what I can to add everybody before stream, but I'm sure there'll be like people that come in late. So I'll just, between races, add everybody that adds me during stream as well, to the best of my ability. But yeah. Anyway, the tale of the stupid bitch.
The tale of the stupid bitch. Okay, so I believe this was also a SAC anime.
Yeah, it wasn't the same SAC anime, but this time I was tabling at a SAC anime.
Yes.
SAC anime is a little bit cursed.
A little bit.
SAC anime is extremely cursed.
I think Jupe and Yuli were also table neighbors this time.
Something like
But was that the time? Yeah. Was that the time when, like, you were like, there are children present? And I was like, who? And you, like, pointed at me, and I'm like, I'm older than you?
I think it was.
That must have been 2016.
Yeah, probably.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. So, setting this, or helping to set the stage. Sorry, Nigel.
No, that's okay. I welcome all input from the floor Nessos.
Nigel's just on a chair today because today he's more important.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm just taller. So we
were rooming with I believe Galen and Jenna, I think.
Yeah, we were rooming with some friends, and they had been watching I think like old Game Grumps videos or something.
I think so. It must have been like very old.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it was or what. I don't heavily grump the games, so
Same.
I don't like but
at one point though, I guess one called somebody or I guess you'll want to take it from here, Nigel.
Yeah.
You do it better.
So there was a scene where I don't remember what game it was, but
that's not
someone
important.
just said like, yeah, that's just like her. Bitch. Like super quietly and quickly in a way that was like really dumb but really funny at the time.
Yep.
And if anyone like games the Grump, if they remember that part, I think it was like a Disney game. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. The point is the way that the dude said, "Bitch," like super fast and quiet and stupid, made everyone laugh. And so
It's
for
Mickey
the
Mouse Capades, just for
What?
the record.
Hmm?
It's Mickey Mouse Capades, just for the record.
there you go.
found it.
Great, excellent. So that and that made us all laugh a lot because we're idiots. And so the whole weekend we're just like finding chances to just call each other bitch in like
also
a very
because we
hushed
overheard
undertone.
we also overheard Jenna saying it in a TF2 game, but like more angrily, like you stupid.
Oh, that's
bitch.
right. So oh, that's right. Okay, thank you. So the
This is very
the
important
other-
detail. I'm sorry.
It's very important. No, that's okay because I
Very
totally
important.
forgot that. So Jenna is not one to really pop off at people
Like
like
ever.
that.
She's
So-
very nice. So
Yeah. Jenna's a fucking treat. And so when one day she was playing TF2 with some folks, like someone did something like dumb because it's TF2.
yeah.
And she just says super loudly, "You stupid bitch!" And everyone's like,
Because it's so out of character for Jenna.
exactly.
And Jenna
like,
immediately is just like, was that too mean? I
Was
feel
that-
like that
was
was
that
too
mean?
mean.
That was too mean. Everyone was just like, "Are you good?" And so that coupled with the fucking
Bitch.
bitch, so that was just the
A meme.
weekend.
It was just the meme of the weekend.
Yeah, that was just the weekend. It was really great. And we're tabling, we're selling art, doing gangbusters, because if nothing else, I'm good at selling things.
It's true.
I don't. So the entire time we're just like making each other laugh by calling each other bitches under our breaths.
Like super, like, you know, quietly for the most part,
Yeah.
because, you know, we don't want to have to explain this to customers.
Exactly.
And also because at one point I was like, no, there's kids around. And Jupe was like
children.
who? Like where? There were, like, because there were no kids around at the time. And I just, like, pointed at Jupe, and Jupe just goes, I'm older than you.
I'm older than you. So
Just
yeah,
channeling my Fluttershy real hard.
there you go. And so this is us until one time when I don't even remember who did what, but
I did something. Like,
Barry did something. It doesn't matter. Something happened.
was
and
getting a customer, like, sorted out, like, checked out and whatnot.
Yeah, and some like minor something happened. Like you dropped like a piece of art or whatever. It literally doesn't matter. And so I'm just like, you stupid bitch. To which she starts laughing like super bad, and
It was
And
just so
I
out
get
of
it.
nowhere and so loud.
I get it, and Barry gets it.
The customers did
The
not get it.
customers with no context are just like watching
Whoa.
me, me, comma, some dude, comma, just calling this woman a stupid bitch for nothing. And I'm just like,
It's like, we're like, oh no, we have to explain really fast.
yes, the optics. Oops.
I feel like it was also just louder than you intended.
I'm
Like,
always louder.
You
than
know
I
those
intended.
times where it just like, you don't mean to be super loud, but like just something about how the way it just echoes in the room at the time.
Yeah. Is that a purposeful segue?
It wasn't a purposeful segue, but like, you know, we might as
Okay,
well segue
because-
into it. Because there was another time where
Because
I
there
was
was
at
another
fault.
time, yeah, where you took you had vengeance upon me.
So
So
this time,
that's the tale of the stupid bitch.
yep.
But Barry, not to be out stupid bitched,
Thank you.
has decided that yes, like 10 years later,
Wasn't that long later?
it wasn't actually that long, but like 10 years later, has decided yes, now is the time where I shall have my satisfaction.
One up.
Exactly. So, to end the tale of the stupid bitch, the customers appeared to accept the explanation and walked off. Whether they think I'm just the biggest asshole or not, I will literally never know. However, if anyone had any question as to my character before, now they know exactly what I'm about. Because I'm also the biggest homophobe you've ever met, as it turns out. So, here we are, setting up the table at, what was it, Everfree Northwest?
Yep, it was Everfree,
Everfree
this past
Northwest.
year, actually.
This past Everfree Northwest. The tale of the stupid bitch long behind the both of us.
Yep.
But, you know, we're doing, Sophie was
Sophie's
there
there
for
for
this
this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Sophie can corroborate.
Yep. I think we were like, it wasn't set up because it was after a print had sold out. So I think it was like making adjustments towards the end of the day, you know, before we leave for the day.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
just
for
taking
sure.
quick tabs on what's sold out so we can put up signs and stuff like that. You know, just general maintenance. So there weren't customers around, I don't think, at this time. I think it was only other vendors. But I may be mistaken. Who knows? Because my memory is awful. But that was a good weekend. All of my gayest stuff was sold out first, like pretty quickly too.
Yeah.
And one of those things was a print of we lost somebody.
We did. It was said by
I see.
Jan. Who do we lose? Yes, Jan Yuli, that they would be they would be bowing out for now, but hopefully.
Gotcha.
We'll
Okay.
be back.
Yeah. Okay.
I will continue on for them
Yes.
with my best possible homophobic energy.
Okay, so the print in question, so one of the prints that had sold out was this Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash print that is extremely cute, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, you do.
My OTP, and Fluttershy is giving Rainbow Dash a surprise smooch. Now, this is an important detail, because when putting up the sold out sign, now I'll hand it off to you, Nigel.
Okay, so when putting up the sold out sign, I put it initially in a place that makes sense, just like on the corner. But then I'm like, and so then I put it over their faces where they're smooching. Not because I want to perform any gay horse erasure, but simply because that's funny. So I put the Post-it note with the sold out sticker, and I go, I turn back to Barry. And I'm like, hey, Barry. I point to it. And the highest, like...
Most indignant.
The biggest wave of lesbian rage came from Barry's whole presence. It was very angry out of nowhere. I was minding my own business.
It was not genuine anger, though.
Oh, man,
it was just much louder than I intended. You
could have informed the crowd. Because unbeknownst to me, I would immediately be destroyed for my transgressions on this day. I turn around and I'm like, hey. And she fucking yells at the top of her lungs, out of nowhere, in the fucking vendor hall that is populated with people. Fucking, I don't even remember what you said, but it was something...
like, let them be gay, you homophobic asshole.
Yeah, that'll work. Fucking, let them be gay, you homophobic asshole. And I'm like, oh. Huh? And I can see everyone who is in earshot, which is everyone.
Sorry.
Look over, and I'm like, oh, a target marker has been placed onto me this day. Uh-oh. Oops. Whoops-a-doodle. I'm the stupid bitch was me all along, huh? Okay. So I take the thing off, and I'm just like, ma'am? She's like, oh god, I'm sorry. People are still looking on. Yeah, enemy spotted on Gaydar. Yeah, the interloper is here. Uh-oh. It's fucking, we found him. We found the homophobic cisman. He's infiltrated the area, and he must be eliminated. And I'm like, uh-oh. Oops. Yeah, so then she's like, no, I'm sorry, and I'm like...
While, like, crying with laughter.
Yeah, and I'm like, yes, I, the homophobe, the fucking encourager, the person who loves girls, who love girls, me, the token cis-het dude of all, like, 80% of my friend groups. I am the homophobe. The gays, nah, get them out of here. We don't got that where I'm from. That's an affront to God and the country. I'm the homo. Yes, it's me. I hate the gays. Me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and on that day, you had your satisfaction for me calling you a stupid bitch in front of 2 people. The only 2 people who heard. Who were like, no. We're playing that game? Well, we're going to play the long game. I'm going to wait.
Oh, my God.
Gonna wait for my chance, and I'm gonna strike when you least expect it. And by goddamn, I did not expect it. It was out of nowhere, and I was like, should I leave?
Again, like, it came out so much louder than intended. You could just hear the room go quiet, like the sound bouncing off the walls.
Tona. Yeah.
Sometimes when you're at a con, you just have that energy that is uncontainable.
Yeah, usually
and I get
that's
very
me.
passionate about my OTPs.
Yeah, passionate and defensive.
Very defensive.
I will fight anyone for my OTPs. You are inside of the set, anyone.
No one is safe.
It is not yet lizard time, Sophie. Soon.
It's not yet lizard time.
Because we want to talk about at least one more convention experience first. That is absolutely beautiful.
As a sidebar, that is not the first time. That's not the first time I have been immediately targeted by a whole room. This is a short story, but it's also impromptu. When I was in college, I was talking to I was talking to one of my friends. We were in a large group, and by large I mean like 7 or 8 people. We were in a large group, and everyone was having their own conversations, whatever. I was talking to one of my friends. And I mentioned this before. But I will once again mention it because it's important for the context of this one. I am, and have been for a long time, usually the only cisgendered heterosexual man in any given group of my friends. I know a lot of folks, and most of those folks are somewhere on the not straight and somewhere on the not cis. I'm the
somewhere
guy.
in the Rainbow Army.
Yeah, they're in the Rainbow Army. I don't know how I got here. I still marvel at the fact that I'm here because what can I say? The gays travel in packs, and I'm not.
We adopted you. You are an honorary lesbian.
Yeah. I guess so. I appreciate it every day because I love my friends, despite the insistence of some of them that I hate gays. So I'm talking to one of my friends about an anime. The anime in particular was Eureka 7. It's a very good anime. If you haven't watched it, find it and watch it. It's 52 episodes, but it is my favorite anime. It's a beautiful coming of age story with it's an immaculate soundtrack. Anyway. My friend is very, very emotional and prone to crying about emotional things. We have both watched Erika 7, and a lot of emotional things happen in that show, so she starts remembering Erika 7 and crying. And I'm just like, ha 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 ha, yeah, because I understand why she's crying. And she knows I understand why she's crying, and we're both kind of emoting together. And someone, actually, now that I'm remembering it, literally now my girlfriend, like, looks back and notices her crying, runs over, and I'm just, like, laughing at her. Not like, you, but just like, yeah, because I know why she's emoting. And she just looks at me and says, "What did you do?" And I'm like, and I'm like, what? And then every single person turns around, looks at her crying, and she's like deep in her feels. So she can't like stop everyone. She can't like figure it out to talk. So she's just crying and trying to speak. And everyone looks at her crying, looks at me laughing, and I look around and analyze the situation, and my threat meter immediately is 130%. And so I look around and say, I'm gonna go. And I pick my shit up and I leave. I just go because I can't defend myself in this situation. Like, everyone is poised to fight me now. And it's like 8 gay girls versus me. And my first move in any conflict is already to give up. So, like, if I give up, that just means they get to curb stomp me. So I'm just gonna go. Because I got no recourse. Like, I'll come back once everyone doesn't want me dead. And so I'm, like, leaving, and I'm literally about to get on the elevator. And at some point, yeah, Nigel Pilgrim versus the world and 9 gay girls. Yeah, more or less. The League of Angry Lesbians was about to kick my ass. Yeah, fight or flight? Flight, please. Yes. So yeah, I took flight extremely bad. So I was about to get on the elevator, and literally as the doors opened, someone came back and they were like, "No, it's good. You're good. We're sorry. My bad. We just didn't know what was going on." And I was like, "Are you sure? Because I was gonna die." And they're like, No. We figured it out. She told us what was up. I'm like, and y'all believe her, right? Because that's what happened. Like, I promise I wasn't being a dick. We were just talking about anime, and suddenly, like, the Breath of the Wild Guardian lasers all, like, tracked onto me, and I was like, I'm in danger. So, are we good? We were good. They figured it out. My friend finally remembered how to talk, and we discussed with the group that Eureka 7 is a really good anime and you should watch it. Please watch Eureka 7. It will make you cry, or if you are a cis-het dude, it will put you in danger in like 10 years after you watch it. But the danger is worth it because it's very, very, very good. And that was the story of the first time I was targeted by the gay rage. But yes, back to convention stories, because along with all of the wonderful experiences I have had helping Barry move and just hanging out in general, memeing it up, shitposting verbally and digitally and eternally, I've gone to a lot of conventions that I didn't think I was going to go to. Famously, as it turns out, I've gone to a lot more.
Somebody recognized your badge.
Yeah, they did. I've gone to a lot of My Little Pony conventions to help sell art mostly because I watched a couple seasons of Horse. It was good. It was fun. I liked it. But you know, I'm not in there, right? I'm not like I'm not a horse, right?
So
Like,
I put on
there's
his
some
badge at, I think, this particular con. It was EQLA 2017?
Something like that. Not a horse.
Yep, just
That
put
was
not a
my-
horse on his badge.
Not a horse, because I don't go here. I don't like they. You know, I don't. This
It's a big difference between watching the show and what the fandom was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes. So yeah, like I'm not a horse. So that's how thanks for buying this horse art. Please buy my good friend's horse art and don't ask me about it because I know I like rarity. And that's it. So one time we're at a horse con and we're there with some other folks.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're out to dinner, I believe.
we're out to dinner and we're at a
Denny's or
Denny's.
whatever.
And I know that we're at a Denny's because I asked if Denny's, which I was affectionately kind of referring to as Dennis. And I asked if Denny's had scotch because I like scotch. Does Dennis have scotch? It's like, I think everyone simultaneously said no. It's like, asshole. Can't believe Dennis doesn't have scotch. But anyway, we get to the dentist, and we all sit down, and I am in the company of several people at this table who are what we will refer to as horse famous. And okay, cool. I'm glad my friends are living. I'm glad they're eating. I'm glad that they are getting the recognition that they deserve. They start talking about horse things. And I'm like, I'm hungry. And I'm minding my own goddamn business. Because as much as I like to talk, if I don't know what the fuck is going on, I'm not going to insert myself into a conversation. So, whatever. It's fine. They're talking about horse stuff. I'm
And
waiting
I think-
for my onion rings or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the people we were at dinner with was one of the storyboard artists.
Yeah.
Good friend Ainsley and
Yep.
her partner.
Yep. Well,
So,
there's, there's
talking
folks.
about like, behind the scenes crew stuff, artist stuff, like
Exact.
doesn't even have to be about horse specifically, just like, we're like we both are in like, comics and animation and stuff. So
They're talking about the horse industry. And so they're talking about the horse industry, and I'm tuned probably 60% out. And I hear the term go back and forth, Big Jim. Now, I'm not a horse. But when people start talking about a mutually understood entity as Big Jim, time out. Stop. Hold on. I literally say, hey, wait, no, hang on, stop. Time out. Hold on. Who's Big Jim? And I think you, Barry Montblanc, looked at me into my fucking face and said, Big Jim. I was like,
I'm sorry.
No, I don't fucking know Big Jim, dude. No, who? Huh? I'm not a horse. I don't go here. Is Big Jim No, huh? No, I don't know who Big Jim is. I don't work here. I don't go here. I'm not a horse creator. I don't do music. I don't do animations. I don't work at horse on my W-2 doesn't come to my house from Hasbro that says horse money on it. No, I don't fucking go here. I don't know who Big Jim is. To me, I'm in the corner at this Denny's in the booth waiting for my onion rings or whatever the fuck it was. not having no scotch, because Denny's doesn't fucking have scotch. Minding my own goddamn business, you start talking about Big Jim, like, and everyone just knows? You're all horse famous people, and y'all just know who is Big Jim the president of horse? Big Jim?
You were also just like you are all talking about him with such respect.
Yeah, like exactly the revered Big Jim. Like, is this a mob? Is this the horse mob? Is Big Jim the Don of the horse mafia? Do you have to kiss the ring of Big Jim to make it in this industry? Like, who the fuck is Big Jim? Who is it? And I can see well-meaning people in the chat trying to tell me who Big Jim is.
I mean, we're also answering questions for people in the chat who don't know who Big Jim is because they don't go here.
That's true. And I'm, like, popping fully off because who the fuck is Big Jim? And everyone at the table is now laughing too hard to even begin to explain who Big Jim is. And I'm like, I'm going to find Big Jim. I'm gonna find Big Jim. And I need to see for myself who this Big Jim is. And if people are trying to explain it to me, I'm like, no! You are all of you under the influence of Big Jim. Clearly there's something going on here. I will find Big Jim at this convention. I will do it. And so for the entire con, anyone who looks like they're anyone who's got an exhibitor badge, anyone who's got a vendor badge, anyone who's got a guest of honor badge, anyone who I recognize at all from outside of horse.
Or just looks remotely important.
Or looks important. Anyone who's press, anyone who's staff. Are you Big Jim? I asked them, hi, are you Big Jim? And most people are like, no? Because they know who Big Jim is. And of course they're not Big Jim. Like, I'm sorry, I don't go here. Like, I show them my badge that says not a horse. I'm like, I don't know what all this is. And evidently there's like a Big Jim somewhere around here that I gotta find because man, I don't know anything. I don't go here. All I know is that there's a Big Jim and I need to figure this out. And so I ask everybody. I don't think that I ask the Japan PonyCon folks. We'll get to Big Art in a minute.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because fucking Stinky Pig was a thing.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I forgot about that cursed memory.
I didn't. So I'm just asking the entire time, anyone who looks important, are you Big Jim? And every time, everyone's like, no, dude, you know who Big Jim is. They give me a look that says, you know that I'm not because you know who that is. And I'm like, I don't know anything. Go here. I'm on a fucking quest at this point. And like, at this particular con, like they're auctioning off like an 8-foot tall plushie of the con's mascot. And I'm like, I don't know this beforehand because I don't go here. Because I'm not a horse. And so I walk by this fucking massive plushie, and I'm like, found it. That is Big Jim for sure. That's the biggest thing here. That's Big Jim. And I take a picture of it. I send it to Barry. I'm like, Big Jim, that's it. That's the one. That's gotta be Big Jim for sure. Like, nope. Not Big Jim. And I'm like,
Big Jim wasn't even here.
Big Jim's not the Big Jim. That's because Big Jim's not real. God damn it. So yeah, I go through the whole con asking people if they're Big Jim to no avail. I don't think I asked Susan Egan if she was Big Jim.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. I believe that Susan Egan is not Big Jim. But then, after the con, we decided that we were going to have an art jam. And by we, I mean everyone who wasn't me because I'm not a horse. So...
You mean not an art?
I'm not an art either. Holy shit. So we set up the room for the like green room sub like alternate party.
It was just our like hotel room, I think.
Yeah, we just like got the hotel room ready to have people come through, and everyone drew in the book, which we'll get back to that in a minute.
No, we don't need to make me cry. No.
Oh, that's
Besides,
fake.
we still need to tell the lizard.
Yeah, okay, fine. The short version of it is that Barry Montblanc is personally responsible for saving the lives of about 4,000 children.
No! Also, that's not how that works.
I don't care.
That's not how
It's
that
just
works.
math.
No.
It's just
That's
math.
math.
No.
That's math. That's
Mathematics.
science.
No.
That's math. That's
No.
mathematics.
Oh my
Quick
god.
maths.
No. The actual TLDR is I've done a bunch of charity projects in horse fandom, because I just I like to challenge myself with those things.
You like to save children
No.
personally.
Yeah. Oh my god. Stop. Don't make me cry. No.
I will.
No. 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 I
What
see
do
you
you
in
think
chat.
we
No.
came to this stream for?
No.
Yeah.
For Nigel's story time. That's what we came for.
My stories make you cry.
From laughter, not from making me emotional.
Two things
It
can
can
be
be
true.
about two things, yeah.
No! Oh my god. So the project in question, the book, TM, was a sketchbook that I passed around for a couple of years amongst many artists.
Horse famous people.
Both, fandom artists, people that worked on the comics, people that worked on the cartoon. It did some significant traveling.
People who worked on the cartoon, she says.
What? What? They did.
Lauren Faust.
Okay, I was getting to that. At the convention
That's
it was
fine.
auctioned off at. Lauren Faust was there and also drew into the book, making it even more holy and made me cry a bunch when I had to, give it up for auction. I was just like, this is, the hardest thing I've had to let go of in my entire life. Hardest thing I had to do in my entire life was let go of it. But our very, 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 very good friend, Emily, aka Full Papers on Twitter, conspired
Emily?
with Steve and her family to...
Sure did.
Yeah, to basically band together with money that she and her family had inherited, and also a boost from Steve, to basically win the book in the charity auction and gift it back to me. I wish I had an aw sound effect. I've been finding the stream that I am sorely lacking in one on my soundboard. Did an actual horse sign it? No. Oh my god. No, I did not independently fund St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
No!
yeah, you kind of did.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? Okay, you know what? That's true. You did not independently fund St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You independently funded St. Barry's Children's Hospital.
Oh my god, stop. Oh, goodness. So that's what they mean by I, quote-unquote, saved children, quote-unquote.
She did.
I did.
personally.
Stop. I just raised some money for charity. It's fine.
Some money? Hey, Steve.
No!
What's the number
Oh my
at
god,
now?
no. No, all of you stop it! No!
I do know that we did calculate it to be in the several tens of thousands
Oh my goodness.
over
Over
the
however
years.
many years. Some of those
money.
were collaborative projects. I can't take all the credit for them.
No, but you can take a lot of the credit for them. So
Ah!
Some money, she says.
some money,
Some people.
probably in the ballpark of $40,000 to $50,000.
Yeah. So she raised
A tiny
money.
amount of money.
A pittance.
What are they really gonna do with that little money?
Yeah, kids.
No!
What are they gonna do with it's just $50,000.
Oh my god, stop. It was not
Oh.
that much, I don't think.
Oh,
Oh, it was.
It wasn't that high, I don't
There
think.
were some
It's a
some
few
big
kids.
hitters in there, and they added up. We did the
Yep.
math on this at some point. So.
Yeah, some people who worked on the book. There were some people who worked on the cartoon who drew in the book. It's not a big. I learned creator of Horseman
3
Fetch
whole
Percentage.
doses of insulin in America. Oh god. Oh, sad.
No. Oh, that sucks.
That comment is funny because it's like tragically
damn.
true.
Oh, this is hey, you know what? That's 3 more insulins than those children would have had. I can't believe you personally hand-delivered these children's insulins to them.
Oh my
wow.
goodness, I didn't know. I didn't know such thing.
Barry Montblanc on the front lines battling
Oh my
the
God.
institution that is the American healthcare system.
Oh
Savior
my
of children, literal magical angel girl cat. Anyway, yeah, didn't that book hold the record for highest auctioned item at a PonyCon?
No, it
Probably.
doesn't. That was a quilt.
No, there were definitely some things that
There was like a
beat it,
20K quilt. So,
Oh, yeah.
no, it was definitely not.
but it was certainly among the
Brony
highest, at least
Balto,
until
no!
Anyway, yeah, that's how Barry Montblanc saved all the children on the
Oh
earth.
my god.
The end.
Oh my
That's
god.
my next Discord username, Brony Balto. I love that.
Oh my
pretty
god. No.
Oh God, where are we? Oh, that's right, Big
well,
Jim.
wait,
Start with
wait.
the art jam.
Nigel, sorry to cut you off, but there is going to be an ad starting in like 18 seconds because I turned on a Twitch alert to tell me so that it wouldn't cut off, like, you know, so people in chat wouldn't miss Storytime if they're not subbed. So
Well, let's advertise, baby.
yeah, sorry y'all, I can't turn them off entirely because I'm an affiliate. But
Well, that's okay. We can take an ad break. This
Yeah.
this stream is sponsored by whoever the shit is advertising right now. I don't know who it is, but technically speaking, they are paying the money to the Amazon that Amazon is paying to the Twitch that Twitch is paying to the you.
But let's see, if you aren't subbed, you can sub using like a Twitch Prime. If you have Twitch Prime, you can just, you know, log into Twitch, connect your account, and sub for free even. Yeah, oh bless sub, yeah. It prevents you from seeing the ads, which is nice. Ad just started for you? Oh yeah, ad in progress,
Yep.
40 seconds, okay. Yeah.
I can see
This
it
is
now.
a
I'm
new
watching
tool.
the stream.
Yeah, it's a new tool I added to try and, like, ensure nobody missed things. I don't know how often, like, if one has run already. If it did, I apologize. I missed it. I want to hear a story about Genshin. I don't know how.
Ooh, I can do a story about Genshin Impact.
Is there a story about Genshin Impact?
Well,
let's not go too far off track from
we haven't even finished the art jam.
Yeah,
Photoshop. So, art. The ad seems over to me.
Okay. It says 4 seconds on my end, so yeah, it should be wrapping up right about now.
That's fine. Okay. Actually, you know what? No. I will take back what I said, and I will not do a Genshin Impact story. And the only reason I won't do a Genshin Impact story is because if you want to see my Genshin Impact content, it is all up and down the VODs where I am present in Barry's Genshin Impact content. So I will monetize my Genshin Impact hype and say, if you would like to hear my Genshin Impact stories, please go witness the VODs for some of the Genshin streams where I am, because I don't play Genshin Impact. I just like girls.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I appreciate so much, like from the bottom of my heart, I thank Barry and I thank all of my friends who play Genshin Impact for me, so I don't have to play Genshin Impact. Like they take that burden from me so that I can live a life unburdened by Genshin Impact, and that's a real. They're really looking out for me on that one, and it means a lot. Thank you. Anyway, so we're at an art jam, kind of. We're setting up the art jam, and by setting up, I mean putting a sign on the door, and because I'm stupid, I decide that the sign is going to simply say art. And so I grab the notepad from the hotel and a Sharpie, and I just write the word art. Like capital A-R-T, period. Art. And I put it on the door. So when people were wondering where the art jam is, I just look for the art.
Yeah, I see Nigel come back and I go, oh, did you put a sign on the door that says Art Jam?
I put a sign on the door that says art.
I was just
She's like, what? What do you mean?
What?
She looks at the door, it says art, and she's like, why? I'm like, it'll work. It's fine.
It was just funny, so we kept it.
Yeah, so... And we did it. We had an art jam. It was really cool. We had a lot of horse famous people come in, a lot of cool creators, and a lot of people who are in the horse community. And I believe I asked all of them if they were Big Jim.
Of course you did.
And
except the Japan PonyCon people, because they didn't
except
they weren't in on the joke, and it would have been difficult to explain.
Yes. However, I did introduce them to Japanglish.
Oh yes, yes you did.
Yeah. Gomenasari was a hit.
Yeah, they I guess had never heard it before and just started like keeling over with laughter.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And in before that's a virtual YouTube thing, this is pre-virtual YouTube.
No, Key to the there's Kizu no Ai and I think Hololive JP, but it wasn't as big of a thing as it is now.
It was early.
Anyway,
it was real good time. Everyone signed a highly cursed object. You know how there are some things that their value is entirely based on the apocrypha surrounding them. Here's this baseball that was signed by somebody, or here's a paper plate that was signed by all the members of Green Day because that's all that I had on me at the time, and it's got pizza grease stains on it or whatever, but Billy Joe signed it, and all the rest of the Green Days signed it, and it goes in a display case. So we had one of those. And it was signed by it was signed by a lot of horse famous people. But it was Stinky Pig.
It was some cheap toy that you guys found at Target.
Yep. While looking for, I believe, more alcohol.
Yeah. Do you want to describe?
Hot potato.
Yeah, it was hot potato,
it was a super
except
cursed.
Yeah.
Hot potato object that when you squeeze its really distended stomach, it starts singing a really hey,
Pop Goes the Weasel, I think.
Yeah,
type.
but a person
badly.
Hey, person in the design team, we need you to just do Pop Goes the Weasel, and we'll record it onto this fucking extremely bad little audio speaker. So it's just and then
at random points,
at a random point it'll fucking fart. Because it's Stinky Pig, and that's the game, and whoever's holding the Stinky Pig when it fucking boots is the loser. And it's super cursed and awful. And the batteries were half dead, so it was really janky. It was very bad. And everyone signed it, including me. In fact, I think I signed it first. So everyone's signature. Yeah, exactly. So everyone's signature is on this highly fucking prized horse fame item, and also me. And so we get all the cool creators and some dude. And still none of them were Big Jim. None of them.
None.
To this day,
Big Jim eludes you.
I'm still on the quest to locate Big Jim.
I really, really want to get you both at the same convention.
One day. Evidently this fucking mythical figure doesn't do the con circuit anymore.
Or at least
or so
not
I've said.
Currently. I mean, not currently anyway because COVID, but also, he's like, oh, well, you gotta let the G5 people have their time in the sun. And we're all just but no, though, you need to meet somebody.
There's a guy. There's one dude. He doesn't go here, but you gotta see him.
We're gonna make it happen one day.
You gotta get a load of this guy. So I still don't know Big Jim, and that's fine. I'm content to know. Anyone in the chat, anyone who's ever hears this, don't tell me. I won't believe that someone is Big Jim.
We've tried to tell him.
I don't know. No, none of you. You're all under the influence of Big Jim. You've been glamored. No,
Nigel and Big Jim meet up at tennis.
Yeah, you know what? I'll meet Big Jim at a dentist for sure. Absolutely. It was here where your legend was first created. Yeah, so that's that. I guess we can get into the raunchy stuff now.
Oh God. Well, I was gonna say, like, going to cons with me and like just being in that scene has, you've met a lot of cool people with me, but you've also met the occasional less good people.
Yeah, I have been in the temporary presence of less good people. Especially this one time when I was helping you move.
Yep. So we had a housemate that was not great. Not great. That's being nice about it.
Yeah, not
very.
Hey, this dude fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This dude sucks. And like, he wasn't my roommate. I had to deal with him. But like, I could see kind of the way it was, and I could read the room. Yep. I'm like, wow, this dude kind of sucks.
Yep.
Well, whatever. I don't live there. I only have like very inconsequential interactions with this guy. That's fine. Whatever. I'm here for my friends, and I'm here for my friends. That's fine. But they're moving because fuck that guy. Yep. So I'm helping them move finally. He is absolutely this fucking guy. So this fucking guy, who I have to give a name for the purposes of the story, I'll call him Trent. His name's not Trent, but I will call him Trent.
Apologies to Trents everywhere.
Yeah, if you are a Trent, I'm sorry about your name. It's just the way it is. It's pretty cool that a really important plane engine is named after you, but that's really sort of a deep cut. And yeah, so Trent. We're moving out, and by we, I mean Barry and Steve. So, and by we, I mean I'm helping. So I'm helping them get their shit together so they can leave this house and not have to deal with Trent's bullshit anymore.
Mostly boxing up girls. The many
literally,
figures.
There was a lot of that.
There was a lot of boxing up anime figures.
Boxing up anime figures, taking an actual, honest-to-God inventory of which box holds which girls. Yeah,
Unnecessary.
Hey, Barry?
Yes?
If you move again, I will help you. Don't move again.
We don't want to. Not until we buy a house, eventually.
Like,
hopefully.
if you have to move, I'll help you, and I'll love every minute of it. And you're gonna feel bad, and I'm gonna fucking fight you with my fists if you ever feel a single guilt about how many times I have helped you move, because you deserve it for all the children you've saved.
No.
But like, I can't in good conscience recommend moving again.
Trust me, we don't want to, especially not after the last time where the girl packing was definitely not as like thorough with, labeling what's in what box, because we really just had to, frantically yeet everything into boxes with lots of bubble wrap and like careful packaging as best we could, and not
figure it out on the other side.
Yep, pretty much.
So
anyway.
So I'm helping Barry and Steve move. We're packing up all the heavy gay shit. We're inventorying all of the girls. It's all going away. We're leaving. We're out of here. Fuck this guy. And I've been coming to this house for like what, a year now?
Yeah.
And just like hanging out. Like I spent the night like several times. And just chilling out, having a good time. But this time I finally pass near Trent's door. Okay. Now, I don't know Trent. I don't care about Trent, and other than the fact that he makes my friends' lives bad. So I'm not inclined to go toward his space. So whatever, fine. But,
neither had we. Like, we just were like, just gonna stay away from that.
Yeah. So Trent had something hanging on his door. Like, okay, that's the Trent's door label. Okay, people have door tags, whatever. I don't care. Trent's gonna do what Trent's gonna do.
Yeah.
But I approach the door of Trent.
Like, what is that?
Not even what is that. I look over, and I'm a little closer than I've ever been, and I notice that it has his name on it. Well, okay, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some art.
Yep.
Oh, what's that art? Oh man, I hate to pause on this cliffhanger, but I'm getting a phone call I have to pick up.
Oh no!
Give me like 5 minutes.
Okay, it's okay. I can run a 1 minute ad, which will stop pre-roll ads for a little bit.
That's totally fine. Ad time. Enjoy
Yay!
some capitalism while I take this phone call.
Sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Should be running the ad. Sorry, peeps. Steve says, cool, I need the bathroom too. Yeah, best that Steve goes now and not mid-story because it is a very good story. Also, Rebecca, I just saw the thing you posted in my Discord with my weird face. Yeah, the eyes on this one, I need to, adjust them a little bit. They sometimes go out of sync, just a smidge. But, yeah. Let's see. Also, let's all go to the lobby. Oh, and thank you for the caffeinate, Redeemed Tonakuma. I do have some coffee with me today. It's been, kind of yes, I did in the Berry Patch channel, thank you. Let's see. While I'm on the topic of the Discord, you all should join it if you haven't already. Also, if you have a Twitch sub, I would recommend connecting your Twitch to your Discord. It will auto-add you with the Twitch subscriber role, which I have not, which does nothing in my server right now except make you purple. But I'm planning on making, at the very least, a channel where Twitch subs can, get priority entry for community days if, if only so many people can fill a game at a time. I want to be purple. Yes, that's the most important part. I'm currently figuring out how to, combine, if I want to combine, Twitch and Patreon channels, because, I don't know, I feel like it would be weird to separate them and be like, you have to give more money if you want access to both of these things. That seems dumb to me. Because I'm just happy to be supported. But so TBD. In the meantime, y'all can be purple. Yeah, today I ended up having to get coffee just because it's been a bit of a longer day. I've been without I can't talk too much in detail because NDAs, but been working on a new project, and for the start of it, I had to do some character designs, and I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm okay at my job. My Patreon sub overrides your Twitch sub. Aw, sorry. Yeah, I'm okay at drawing the cute characters for Sanrio. Apparently too good because, I mean, okay, I don't want to make it seem like I'm, talking out of my ass. But I got my notes back today, and 2 of the characters have to be redone because they said that they are too similar to existing characters that they had that were, kind of on the obscure side because they are only on these, Japan 1-minute shorts and not in the Netflix cartoon and not in the comics. So I looked at the references they sent, okay, how similar are these characters? They were basically an exact match. And I was just like, oh, I have never actually seen these, but I guess I was on point. Yay!
I can't believe you personally designed those characters.
I know, I had the gift of prophecy.
Well, thank you all for your patience. That was my awful, terrible, horrendous grandmother, but we'll talk about her in a minute.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, this fucking guy, Trent, I forgot what name I gave him for a second.
Yes,
Trent.
it was Trent. You had discovered that he has
his
some
door.
art on
Yes,
the door.
I'm approaching his door because I have been intrigued by what the art is. And the first step I take, I realize that it is an anthropomorphic salamander or some kind of reptile, maybe amphibian, something. I'm gonna say it's a lizard. Let's call it a lizard.
Yep.
The second step I take, and it's black and red. That is what I realize. I realize that it is black and red. Those are the colors. The second step I take, I realize that it is done up in some bondage gear. Okay, all right, whatever. The third step I take, and here's where the sexual content comes in. The third step I take toward the door, I am inexorably drawn toward the door as each step I take reveals something more ridiculous. The first step, it's a lizard. The second step, it's a bondage lizard. The third step, it has an exposed and puffy red vagina labia just prominently displayed. And I'm like, oh, it's like that, huh, Trent?
Why would you put that in an facing outward into a shared space?
Exactly, because this is pointing in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not off to the side. You walk in the door, and
I don't know how we missed it all this time, but I guess it was just because, we tried to keep our distance because this guy is a douchebag.
Is this fucking guy? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, bet. And I run like as fast as I can. I run the 6 steps that it takes me to get from that door to the office where Barry is. I'm like, Barry! She's like, hey, what? And I'm like, your roommate has a weird sex lizard on his door. And she's like, what? Your roommate has a weird sex lizard on his door. She's like, oh, bet. And gets up and also approaches the door of Trent. The sexual door of sexual Trent. And fucking looks.
No, he was not home.
Trent was not home. If Trent were home, I would not have done it quite so much like that because I am nothing if not good at social. Yeah, no. So Barry approaches the sexual door of horny Trent and is like, oh, damn. It's true! And so we have a ridiculously good laugh at this.
Oh, we're absolutely
we're
dying.
Done. We're doubled over.
Just
we're like
doubled
on
over,
the floor.
crying with laughter.
Right. Like it's not. We're not okay.
Absolutely not.
And so, of course, I can't be the only one. Barry and I can't be the only ones who know that Trent has a weird sex lizard on his door.
Probably worth pointing out that right about now it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and this is in the before time when people were in offices.
Yep.
When they were working.
Yep, and this includes Steve.
Yep, who is in the city working at Tumblr at the time.
Steve, would you like to tell the class what you were doing at this time at approximately 2:30 p.m.?
Once a week, our team got together to do our planning for the week, where we're doing features for Tumblr, and as part of that, we also show off in a little demo form what we've been working on to just go, hey, look at the cool thing that we're building. So, having it be about 2:30 in the afternoon is right in the middle of demo time. And in fact, it's right in the middle of my demo time. So on the giant projector, which is putting up a 10-foot display of a computer monitor, front and center, and it's also at this point, I realize I did not turn on Do Not Disturb, which hides the notifications that you receive when you receive a notification on an app like, I don't know, Telegram?
Yes. And so I think everyone can understand why I needed to do this. I did need to do this. I needed to tell Steve that that their roommate had
They
a
needed
weird
to
sex
know.
lizard
It was very important.
on the door. So I immediately run to Telegram. They Steve! Steve! Your roommate has a weird sex lizard on his door! No response. Which, okay, I knew that. Steve's at work. Of course. They'll get
Steve,
to
do
it
you
later.
want to take it from here?
I suddenly see the little bubble. I'm on a Mac. I see the little bubble slide in from the upper right.
Boop.
And all I read is weird sex lizard. And my fingers, without me thinking about it, just like a reaction, like, you know, you get hit in the knee with the little hammer at the doctor's office, and your leg just kind of go whoop. Like, it was like that, where my brain didn't register until my hand had already gone to swipe that notification away. But as soon as I did realize it, that's also the moment that I looked up at the rest of my team, who, like watching a tennis match, their eyes all in unison went slowly drifting upwards to the corner of the screen and then immediately snapped back down.
I'm having so much fun with my sound effects. I'm sorry.
And it's painfully obvious. Just from, like, the feeling in the room, the kind of restricted laughter on people's faces, that I was not fast enough, even though I was very fast.
So,
Yeah, I just had to get through the next 2-3 minutes of my demo, and I'm taking refuge in the fact that this is Tumblr. And this is Tumblr 2017, so before all the porn bans happened.
Now y'all
that
know
was
why
my
the porn
fault,
was
my bad.
banned.
If you work at Tumblr, you have seen things. You just have.
But truly, that must have been the nail in the coffin that got porn banned from Tumblr.
yeah, sorry about getting porn banned from Tumblr, everybody. That was my bad. So no response.
That's
from
absolutely
Steve.
not the reason. In
No,
case
it's
anybody
not.
thinks that's serious.
No, absolutely not serious. But it sure makes
But
the
man,
story
It's a
funnier.
good bit. It's a good
It
bit.
just hits real good.
Yep.
So eventually, Steve responds, and Steve says to me, "Guess who was sharing their screen to the whole Tumblr when that notification came in? Smiley face."
Did you go back and just find the exact message?
No, I will never forget this.
Valid.
I was just a child when the stars fell from the skies, but I remember how they built a cannon to destroy them. There's something you guys gotta know about me, and it is that I have perhaps the guiltiest conscience of anyone you've ever interacted with. I just feel bad a lot. It's a trauma response, and I need therapy. But that is
Relatable.
not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about the aftermath of finding out that now all of Tumblr knows that their roommate is horny. And it's my fault. And, like, there's a video that we can't, like, it's not on anything right now. Like, it's not on YouTube or anything, but
Yeah.
I believe, Barry, you still have the video because you were filming me have a fucking moment.
Because I had to send it to Steve.
I felt like I was gonna die. It was the biggest mistake I had ever made in my life at that moment.
I was literally in tears, like sobbing with laughter, could not breathe. Rebecca says, I vaguely remember this video, yes.
I'm glad one of us was having a good time because I was dying.
I'm so sorry.
And the point of it was this is the equivalent of me, like, opening the door while he is at a meeting with the president of Tumblr, God, and also Jesus. And me say, "Hey, Steve! 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 And just sliding a piece of paper in the door that just says weird sex lizard. And then sliding it and just holding it there so everyone, the president, God, and Jesus can all read it. Sliding it back out. Weird sex lizard. And just sliding out the door and closing it behind me like I was beside myself with fucking anxiety and guilt about the situation. I was freaking out. It was hilarious, but I was freaking out. Yeah, I got porn banned from Tumblr. That was my bad because, yeah, sorry, the weird sex lizard. That's crazy. Now, I thought that was the end of it. I thought that I would just be getting like, you know, I thought I would be getting teased about the weird sex lizard from inside the house. Like, I'll take it from Barry and I'll take it from Steve, of course, obviously. Like they know, of course.
I mean, to be fair, I think you did say it was okay to share amongst friends.
Probably, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like you can tell it to strangers. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, then like 10 years later,
It was
here
not that
I
long.
am. Everything's like yeah. So like 10 years later, here I am minding my own business, and I'm meeting one Sophie over the internet. I believe it was.
Yeah.
Like we're having a video chat.
No, not exactly. What happened when this question came about was you were, again, coming to visit, helping me at a convention. It was after the con, and, you know, I'd been, like, tweeting about us having a grand old time and, like, giggling about old stories and such. And Sophie recognizes the name Nigel and asks me, "Is that the weird sex lizard guy?" And to which got me laughing hysterically because context, for starters, just no, Nigel's not the person that owned the sex lizard. He just had the misfortune of finding the sex lizard.
No, but I am the weird sex lizard guy.
Stumbling onto it like an archaeologist, revealing the dinosaur foot.
Exactly. I'm the weird sex lizard guy now. Apparently, that's my reputation. I'm the weird sex lizard guy. There's a video about this too. Where I'm just like, this is fucking unbelievable. This is after all the times I helped you move, after all the cons I helped you sell at, increasing your net profit by probably thousands of dollars by now, after all the fucking miles I've driven you, after everything we've been through together.
It wasn't my fault.
This how you do me?
It wasn't my fault. I did not call you the weird sex lizard guy.
I'm the weird sex lizard guy?
You were just the person that discovered it and tells the story.
And this is about when that fucking thing is going around. It was like, I did not fuck the cat. I did not come on the cat. Like that fucking whatever that was.
Forgot
I was
about
like,
that.
I did not fuck the lizard. I did not come on the lizard. I did not put my dick anywhere near the lizard. I am not the weird sex lizard guy. I am just the messenger. Me. I just work here.
And you're just also like, of all the stories that had to be latched onto,
it was the weird sex lizard guy. God damn it. So yeah, now I'm the weird sex lizard guy. That's fine.
Let's not get too into that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm the weird sex lizard guy now. So congratulations. I got porn banned from Tumblr, and also me. The stupid bitch was me all along. How high was it on the door? It was at eye level, and I'm about 5'9" at the time, so just there.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a big sign. It was like a name.
Size.
It's like a nameplate.
Right.
And it was also very dark and not very like contrasty, so it doesn't like.
Oh yeah, the
draw
print quality
you
is
in.
not great.
Right.
No. It was also like laminated, so like it's glossy, and the lights were pretty
bright,
direct. So like, it's just, you can't see it unless you get right up on it. And I made the fateful mistake of getting right up on it. Yes, I'm the weird sex lizard guy.
Lizard.
Yep, gotta get right up on that weird sex lizard.
Oh no.
God
No.
damn it.
Oh god.
So that's me. Hi, I'm Nigel. My pronouns are stupid ass bitch, and I'm the weird sex lizard guy. Was it signed in paper? It was probably I think it was laminated, like some laminated paper or cardstock or whatever. It doesn't matter. So that was that. Now that that's over,
thank God.
now that that's over, we can get into really what we're here for.
Oh God. I mean, that is one of the things we were here for. To be fair, that story is iconic.
All right, then I'll leave. I'll ask the crowd. What would everyone like to hear next? Kingdom Hearts Murder Crimes, the Racism Trilogy, or the Duel?
I feel like a shorter story between the Weird Sex Lizard Saga and the Racism Trilogy is probably a good palate cleanser. Oh no, the doll! Everyone's saying that, like, the doll.
Oh, you want to hear the doll?
That's okay. So, okay.
That's the third film in the Racism Trilogy. That's definitely you are.
I am dying to know what the Duel is about.
Oh
okay.
man! All
How
right.
about let's use the Duel?
That's a new one. That's a new one. So let's do that.
Yeah, we'll take use the Duel as a break, and then segue into the Racism Trilogy.
Okay. Tight. Okay. So.
Oh no! What have I done?
There is a man. I'm gonna have to give him another name. Let's call him Brent. Sorry if your name is Brent. No airplane.
I'm noticing a trend here
you.
with Ent names.
I'm bad at name. Like I only name things after 5 hours of deliberation with myself about what their name is gonna be. But you know what? Gent.
Kent.
Maybe it'll be Gent.
Brad.
No, let's go with Brent. That's fine. So I was in high school once, like so many of us. And when I was in high school, I was the co-president of the fucking piece of shit nerd club, because of course I was. There's another thing you got to know about me. It's that I am the reigning monarch of the weeaboos. And that's just the way it is. So I'm the co-president of the fucking shit nerd club. And one of the people in our club was a lovely girl named, I forgot I was going to have to name her. Sarah? Yeah, that'll work.
Sure.
That's not her name. There's a version of this story. Never mind. Sarah. And Sarah's dating this dude. Do you need to change the content warning? This one's violence. Death threats. We'll get to that. It's up to you. It's definitely not sexual content. There is no sexual content in this one.
Oh, right. I need to turn off the... Yeah, thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't need the racism content warning yet, do we?
Not yet.
Yeah.
So, Sarah and Brent are dating, and the thing you gotta understand about Brent is that Brent is very, I'm gonna say, insecure in his masculinity.
Should I put a toxic masculinity warning? Would that be a content warning?
I don't know if that's a trigger necessarily,
yeah.
But it is for sure like a thing that happens. Brent is very is pretty insecure in his very toxic masculinity. He's definitely the kind of dude who's let's say vocal about how he's studying like MMA and like could take on up to 4 enemies at one time. That is actually a quote.
I graduated at the top of my class, the Navy SEALs,
Exactly.
300
Like, he's
confirmed kills.
While we were watching anime, he was studying the blade, like stuff like that. And so one day Sarah comes in and she seems a little down. And we're like, "Hey Sarah, what's going on?" She's like, Brent's kind of a tool, and I don't know if I want to be with him. And we are all pretty unanimously like, "Well, you're 16, so leave him, because nothing is real because you're in high school." And she's like, you're right. That like I was really putting way too much thought into it. I am 16. It is like, we're young and dumb, and it is what it is. It's fine. So she and Brent they break up. She's like, "Brent, you're a tool and I'm leaving you." And she comes back and she's like, "Yeah, I broke it off with Brent." We're like, "Good, you go, girl. Fucking figure your life out. Life's short," and fucking blah, blah, blah. And then that's like that is the last we see of Brent. For a week. He comes in again, about a week later. Comes into the club room. And he comes in loud, like, he, like, doesn't kick the door, but he, like, swings that bad boy open. And, like, he comes in, he, like, knocks a couple chairs to the side with the door. Like, he's very rude. We're all sitting down, and we're just like, "Hey, Brent, what's up?
You good?
You're sure here." And he walks up to me and points at me with his finger in my face. He points at me and he says, "I challenge you." And I'm like, "What?" "I challenge you. Get up. We're gonna fight." Huh? What? I'm sorry. I don't follow. What's going on? Like, what is this? "No, get up, dude. Come on, fucking beat your ass. Let's go." Right now, like, he's got his chest puffed out. He's going to kill me. And I'm like, what do you... No, dude, Brent, no, I'm not... What? I'm not gonna... No, I'm not... I'm lost. Huh? And I'm looking around for, like, any kind of explanation to what is going on here, and everyone's just got their hands raised, like, "I don't fucking know, dude." I'm just like, "No... Brent, no, I'm not fighting you in here. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna fight you in here. It sucks. It's stupid. What is this? I'm confused." And now I will admit at this point that perhaps I chose my words a little poorly, because when I said I wasn't gonna fight him in here, he latched on to the in here. I gave him the choice of where we were gonna fight.
No.
So he said, "Oh, whatever, fuck it, let's take it outside. Let's go. Let's go right now. Fucking take it outside. I'll beat your ass wherever. Let's go. Let's take it outside. We're going." And I'm like, "No." Oh, hold on. I'm getting knocked at the door.
I know.
It's Brent.
Another clip. It's Brent. He's come to beat your ass.
Heard you talking shit.
Oh, goodness. Dun dun dun! Okay, here you go. I hope the sound effects have not been too annoying. I just really enjoy pushing the buttons and making sounds go burr. And I don't get to use some of these very often, like the Scream one. But I felt like the sex
Brent.
lizard was... It was not Brent. Sound effects have been great. Yay, I'm glad.
It was not Brent. It was a roommate who does not have a weird sex lizard on his door.
Okay, so it's not Brent and it's not Trent.
It's not Trent. It's not Brent. So anyway, yeah. He's fucking like, "Yeah, let's take it outside. I'll fight you outside. Whatever. Beat your ass. Let's go." And here's the here's the thing you gotta understand. There's some things you gotta understand. again, like Brent is really, really proud of how he manifests his masculinity physically. Like he fucking lifts weights, does mixed martial arts, and is fucking cool like meathead guy. I'm a some ass nerd who likes anime and stuff, but I have also been basically doing landscaping since I was 11. So, like, if it never comes up, you don't know how strong I am. It had never come up. So he did not know how strong I was. This will be important for the next part. Because when he looked at me and said, "I'll fight you outside," I said, "No, Brent, I'm not gonna fight you. We're not fighting." And you could see the gears in his head start to turn as fast as they could. Like, steam was fucking coming out of this dude's ears because he came in here, and I'm sure I can only imagine that he came in here and he's like, "All right, this dude, this is the president of the nerds. Everyone loves this dude. They're all his friend. And Sarah is in this club. So this guy, the commander of the nerd platoon, he's the one who I gotta defeat so that I can regain my honor. So I will challenge him to single combat, and he's a man." Right, he's a man, so he won't. If I challenge him to a duel, then he will have to accept my challenge. Because if he doesn't accept my challenge, then he has no honor and he's a coward. So we must duel, and since he's a freaking piece of shit nerd, I will leverage all of my physical strength to defeat him, and I will have my satisfaction.
And I guess he never calculated that you would just straight up answer no.
Yeah, and
so
I was just
his
like,
brain is
"Nah,
just
dude."
like,
yeah, and he's stuck. Like, he stands there for like a good 10 seconds trying to figure out, "Oh, fuck, I didn't think he wasn't gonna get up and fucking swing. I thought that that's just how it worked. I said we're fighting, and then we fight. Oh God, I didn't anticipate this denial of my challenge. What will I do?" So he's stuck. He's just like, "What? Can we like arm wrestle or something at least?" Like, literally, he's just like stuck into, "Can we arm wrestle?" And I'm like, "I guess. Sure. If that's what you need, we can arm wrestle." And I look around and everyone's like, so I guess we're just arm wrestling now." And he sits down across from me, and we assume the arm wrestling position. And one of our friends who's in the nerd club's fucking officiating the duel, and counts us down, 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm not saying that it was a fucking comedy show, wha-pam, and he's done. But it was certainly a dunk. And that was it. I beat him in the arm wrestle because I've got landscaping strength. And he didn't, I guess. So the nerds had their revenge that day, and he got up and he left the room, and the person who was officiating the arm wrestling duel was also his friend, kind of, at this point. So went outside to make sure he wasn't gonna fucking lose it. And he had no reason to lie about this, but evidently Brent did go out and cry manly tears of defeat on the shoulder of our mutual friend because I had denied him his satisfaction for this slight that I had done to him at some point, I guess.
Nigel, I just need you to know I played a laugh track.
Good. So, like, that was the last I saw of him ever again until 2 years after I graduated high school. This was my senior year of high school. 2 years later, I get a message in my Facebook messages. This is 2012. So if y'all know what that looked like, that's what that looked like. I get a message in my Facebook messages that says, "Yo, Nigel, you're a straight queer. Don't be surprised if I knock yo ass out, bre bre." I will never forget this for as long as I live.
He's straight queer.
The first thing I said to myself was, I don't think you understand what a queer is. The second thing I said to myself was, there's a way that sentence makes sense, and I don't think you understand the nuance of how it would. That's not what you're talking about. The third thing I said was, it's been 2 years since I last had any interaction with you.
And you know he's just been stewing about it the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been living in this dude's head
Rent-free
for 2 years. So, like,
You mean
the fuck are
rent-free?
you doing in my...
Hey! Hang on.
I'm sad we can't chuck a bear right now.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I had them turned off. It'd be too distracting for story time.
So, what are you doing in my DMs? I don't respond because, okay, great.
Some
Thanks,
messages
bud.
best left unanswered.
Right, exactly. Some messages best left unread. This is before read receipts. So, sure. Okay, dude. Great. And I go about my business. The part of this story that is the most wild is a little bit tough to tell without the visual aids. But over the next, like, 5 years, every, like, 6 months or so, this dude would send me death threats over some shit that happened in high school that I didn't do, insinuating that I bullied him and that all of, like, everyone in the nerd club bullied him. We did not. That is not a thing that happened. We didn't interact that closely. And if he's mad about the fact that his girlfriend left him, we didn't, like, browbeat her into leaving. She just got tired of you being a shit. And if she could handle you being a shit in high school, the sending me death threats thing probably would have nailed that coffin. But whatever. Fine. But it's the nature of the threats. Because it's not just, I'll kill you. It's, I'll kill you, y'all never should have fucked with me. Followed by, like, 4 to 12 hours later, man, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna kill you. You know what? I'm in a bad place or whatever. Like, I shouldn't have, like, I was hanging out with a friend who reminded me of some bad shit, and, I'm not a violent person, he says, Brent. And, but, it's whatever. Like, I'm really not, it's not worth it. Y'all aren't worth it. And then several months later, yo, I'm gonna make you bite the curb. 4 hours later, nah, never mind, whatever, let's just be on our separate ways, live long and prosper. 5
Well,
months
you just haven't even responded once.
5 months later, I'll kill you. If I see you on the bus, it's on site, I'm throwing hands.
Brent, for legal reasons, that was a joke.
Right. The next, like 2 days later, I don't even know why I do this. Like, this dude's super unwell. And I have been living in his head absolutely rent-free for years. And admittedly, it has been a few years now since I last got a message from Brent, whether it is to insist that he's going to shoot me or that he is going to respect my personal space and, like, get his life together.
No in between.
No in between. Like, those for whom I can, like, those to whom I can show the receipts of these conversations understand how wild it is.
Yep.
Because it's literally, he says at one point, live long and prosper, and then turns around and attacks me.
Word for word quote.
Yeah, and then turns around and attacks me for being an anime liker. Like, huh? Get some help! Stop
Star
it!
Trek,
Stop it. Get
infamous
some
for just randomly threatening violence to people. That's
Yeah.
the moral of Star Trek for sure.
Like,
Yep.
it's a lot. I mean, it's not really a lot. It's very a little and not a thing anymore. But, like, dude, I arm wrestled you, dog.
At his request.
You asked for this. I'm sorry you won a stupid prize from the stupid game. But you played the stupid game.
The stupid bitch was you.
The stupid bitch was you. Yeah, so, like, that's something about my life. God. Y'all, single combat is not the way to solve your problems with your relationships. I promise. I guarantee. Single combat ain't it. I was the stupid bitch
It's
all
all-
along. Yeah. As it turns out, yes. Man, I'm really, like, I'm not going to go digging around Facebook to find those messages, and I'm
Yeah.
certainly not going to put screenshots of them in the chat.
No.
But, like, man.
Like, all you need to know is that was, like, long tier rants, followed, like, it was just, back and forth between these extra long rants with, like, expletives and, I am going to beat your face, and followed immediately by, nah, I'm trying to better myself, and...
Oh, man, hold on, wait a minute, oh god, never mind, I do have to read some stuff. Oh god, I forgot the best part. Oh shit.
Okay, hang on.
Shit. Okay, alright, hold on.
I'm on tenterhooks.
Oh shit, oh fuck. Alright, here are some choice excerpts.
Oh, good.
If I see you on the same bus as me again, or in fucking vicinity of me again, I'm kicking your ass in front of your GF, you punk bitch. None of you should have ever fucking bullied me. I'm ending this. The next day, I'm sorry, I'm not fighting anyone, I have to move on with my life.
It's like, yes, do that. Just do it.
The next day, I'm seriously sorry, violence is never the answer, and this isn't the way I was taught. I don't expect you or anyone to forgive me, but I will be living my life in peace. The words I've spoken to you in my earlier message were words of fear, hate, and cowardice, words never to be spoken, prompted by emotions never to be felt. Violence is never excusable. At times, in extreme cases, it may become necessary, but violence is always unfortunate, always regrettable, and always the last resort. I am sincerely sorry. Let's see. 8 months later, you're a little fake-ass punk bitch. Every time I see your face... 8 months later. Every time I see your face in public, I feel like smashing your head into a car window. You guys have always been out to get me, so just come at me already. You're not above others. We all return to the dirt, fool.
Like, you haven't even thought about this guy.
Nope. Same day, a few hours, wait, hold on. Same day, about 2 hours later, whatever. I'm gonna stop hanging out with one of his friends who evidently brought this up. I have a lot of fucking patience and self-restraint.
Do you though?
But don't think I won't fuck up anyone if people want to keep escalating shit. No one has talked to him. I'm fucking tired of it. If anyone engages me on the street, I aim to kill. Serious talk. It's not a game or a sport to me. It's always been about survival.
Rebecca asked, "Did you even potentially live near him?"
Like we live in the same city.
Yeah. But even that's not like
large group of people, like referring to us bullying him. Large group of people fucking with one guy. I'm the good guy here, bitch. I've already spared you enough times in public, and my patience is wearing thin. Don't fucking push it. Also, I'm metrosexual, so fucking what?
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Why would you bring that up? What?
Same day, 6 hours later. I'm not gonna hurt you. It really doesn't matter. This whole thing is stupid. I'm a friendly, good guy, and I'm still open to friendships, but I'm not gonna try with you guys. I'm not gonna hurt anyone. I'll find love and friendship where I'm needed. I do this next day. I do this every time. I need to stop. I'm noticing the pattern. Sorry, dude. 4 months later. Fuck it. I'm gonna make your head bounce off the concrete.
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is right after I know this is from Star Trek, but live long and prosper. I know this is from Star Trek, but live long and prosper. 4 months later. Fuck it. I'm gonna make your head bounce off the concrete. Like, it's not...
it's like a tennis match, just like bouncing back and forth.
Like, dog, I know he's not here, but like, dog, if you're here, dude, I legitimately hope that you are well. Like, I'm not like, this is some wild ass shit, and like, you behaved in a really fucked up way. And I'm not gonna, like, sit here. Like, you've been anonymized. So, like, it's not like I'm blowing you specifically up. This was some head-ass behavior. And if I had ever engaged with anyone in some head-ass way, I would, like, if they blew me up like this to people, I would deserve it. This was some head-ass shit. And I really hope you're well. Like, I legit hope that you're doing good. Because, like, I'm past this, and I really hope you're past this, because this is unacceptable. And I like that love and friendship where you're needed. I really hope that you have that now, because, dog, this shit's unwell. Oh man, yeah. I've knocked out up to 4 people at the same time. That was a line. Anyway, yeah.
Prayers for Brent.
Literally prayers for Brent. Like, dog. I hope you're good. I hope you're good.
So really all of this is reminding me of a scene from the impeccable movie Street Fighter the movie, where General M. Bison is having a confrontation with Chun-Li, and she comes up and is like, "I'm going to kill you." And he's like, "Who are you?" So they have this conversation where he says, "The day I came to your village was the worst day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday." And it's such a funny line. And that's what it is here. It was just Tuesday for you. But it, like, changed his life irrevocably. He's never been able to let it go. I'm so sorry for you, Brent. I hope you can move on.
I like it. It's been 5 years. So hopefully we're good.
Yeah.
But
hopefully he's finally gotten therapy. Fingers crossed.
Real shit, dude. Like, that sucks.
Yep.
Like, I could have taken that shit to the police. Like, come on, dog.
Frankly, it's pretty generous that you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I would have.
There's another story with Brent that one of my other friends has, but he's not here, and it's fine. Yeah. So that's the Duel.
The Duel.
Yeah. That was that.
Yeah.
So we talking about racism now, or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it feels like we shouldn't be talking about cops and then segueing into the racism trilogy. Now, I didn't even, because, place of privilege. I'm white.
No, they appear in the next story. It's actually a perfect segue. Speaking of
fair.
cops.
Speaking of cops. Oh boy. Okay, I have the warning up. So.
All right. Systemic racism. It's a good
Yep.
warning. All right. So y'all,
I try to be conscious of both the audience and of my pals. So
you're doing excellent. As may be evidenced from the delightful toastiness of my bouncing Nesso, I am, in fact, a Brownman. I'm a
Gasp.
half white, half black dude. Gotta know, gasp, right? It's not just a tan, not just. And that's just the way it's been. I have experienced a pretty chill life as a POC. The black experience is not monolithic, and mine has been mostly chill. I grew up in one of the most diverse places on the earth, and it's really tough to be like outwardly racist there because, you know, that's just logistically speaking, it's unrealistic, especially when you're a kid. So whatever. I am at this point in my life, in the year of our Lord, I think 2011 at this point. I am not like it, when people say they don't see race, they're saying that they don't see how racism affects the world, and that's unfortunate. I was as close to literally not seeing race as I possibly could be in the actual way. Like, it never mattered to me. And not in a way that I didn't see that it didn't matter for like the world. It just didn't matter to me. It never played a huge part in my life that I saw. It certainly didn't play a part in my social life. Because again, like, I had the goddamn rainbow coalition of friends. It never did I perceive a way in which it really affected me until this point. And what I will say is that none of these stories involve threats of violence or the danger to my body.
Thank goodness.
Honestly, I have never experienced systemic racism at the end of a gun or inside of a cell or handcuffs or any kind of restraints. I've never been my interactions with the man, as it were, have been minimal at best. So, I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. Something privileged position. But yeah, so I'm like 19, and I'm walking with my then girlfriend up to her house. My girlfriend at this time is perhaps one of the whitest people I've ever met. Not
derogatory, just
not capital white, capital P. But no, she was really pale.
Just very pale. Yeah, like ghostly pale.
Yeah, and she lived in one of the whitest, and this one is capital whitest places that you can possibly live around where I live. And that's just the way it is, because I went to the school where the people from the high-income hills and the low-income flats intersected. So, whatever. This is right after high school. So, we're walking up to her house. She lives up in the hills around where I live. And there's not really a good sidewalk up there because it's in the fucking forest. So, we're just kind of in a single file line. I'm carrying, I think, her backpack, and like my stuff and whatever. Like, I got my shit, and I'm like 10 feet behind her, just because we're walking. It's like a 20-minute walk uphill, so we're just fucking whatever. It's not like we're not talking or anything. We're just fucking going uphill. And a police car rolls up next to us, and they pull over and they roll down their window and they address me. And they say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" to me. And I'm like, just walking up the hill, going to our girlfriend's house, like literally right up there. Like we're like 3 houses away from the house at this point. Like yeah, right up there, 6839. It's the address number. And they're like, oh, well, okay, be careful. Because the cars come up and down the hill real fast over here, and it's dangerous because there's no sidewalk. Yes, be careful. And I'm just like, will do, officer. And they drive off. And my girlfriend at the time walks down the hill 10 feet. And she's just like, I'm sorry? What was that? What was this?
What just happened?
I'm like, ah, yes. It's finally happened to me. I've been profiled. Because they rolled up right next to me and rolled the window down and looked at my face and said, what are you guys doing? Loudly. Kind of as if to alert the white woman in front of me as to my presence and inform her that I was there. And it took me a minute to read the situation because this was the first time that it had happened. But she was just like, what? And I was like, racism has happened here today. I see. I now have been the black man. Yes. And she was like, oh, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, yeah, this is, as it turns out, America. And they tried to catch me slipping now, but what they didn't expect was that you had my back. So thank you for shielding me from having to assume the position. Because they really thought I was following her around. They thought I was up to some no good hooliganery. They thought I was about to do a crime or some shit. But no, sorry. I was just, they pulled me over for going too black in the no black zone. So that was fine. I mean, it wasn't
kids,
fine.
A cab.
Oh, yes. Man. Oh, boy. Yeah, it wasn't fine. It super wasn't. But, like, again, didn't die. Was not in danger, really. So I was like, okay, well, great. I'm going to put that one behind me. And that was the beginning of the racism trilogy. It does get more racist from here. And again, I do not experience outward targeted racism ever, really. Like, no, dude, it doesn't happen to me. I am privileged to live in a place where it doesn't really happen very often. My friend groups are highly diverse. So it just never really comes up. You. Yeah, it never really has. It doesn't really matter. But sometimes someone just asks you a question. And
oh boy.
And you know what they're about. And I was, fortunate. I'm going to say that I was fortunate enough because it gave me a good story. I was fortunate enough to have this call come from inside the house because my grandmother is perhaps the worst person I know.
Yep.
She is the source of actually, literally, probably 90% of my, problems.
If we've ever joked on stream, oh, has she died yet? No? Aw. Or, when will she die soon? It's because she causes nothing but misery to those around her. Nigel included.
Yeah, no, she's poison. She's a bad person, and she is, the only way she knows how to interact with the world, especially with her family, is just emotional manipulation. She only speaks in guilt trip.
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad. She's very bad.
Very bad. One time Nigel came into a chat and was just like, good news, everyone. And I was like, your grandma finally died?
Not that good. No, like,
and it's very dependent on that context.
Right. Like, she's very, very literally about the source of most of my issues. Like, I lived with this woman for most of my formative years, and it shows. Anyway, so remember that landscaping that I said I've done since I was about 11? That's because of my grandmother. One day I'm going to inherit her house, probably, and I am going to have several different practitioners of the spiritual arts come in and cleanse that motherfucker, because boy is her vibe bad.
Yeah.
She got stank-ass energy.
Bad vibes.
It's not good. So I am at this point in my travails at her house. I'm laying concrete, because I know how to do that. Because of my grandmother. So, I get done laying concrete at my grandmother's house. I come inside, I clean up, and if anyone has ever interacted with wet concrete, you will know that that shit dries your skin out super bad, because literally that is its job. It dries. It's the worst for your skin moisture, I think, that you can possibly do. Like, either that or just, like, washing your hands in 90% isopropanol. Like, that, like, it just dries you out. So, my grandmother, the treasure that she is, she asked me, oh, are your hands dry? Do you need any lotion? Because I wasn't wearing gloves, because fucking they just get wet. It's just, whatever. That's fine. Like, no, thank you. I do not need any lotion. My hands are thankfully fine. And she says, oh, you don't have the African dry skin?
The what?
The African dry skin. And, I'm stuck. Because I like it. I don't immediately understand the question. Oh yeah, no. This is This is my white grandma. Yeah, for sure. No. My dad's mom, she is a lovely woman who died when I was 11. No. This is my white grandma. So yeah, I'm just like, no, I don't have the African dry skin. Oh, that's good. And I'm like in the kitchen shaking. Not because I'm angry and I'm gonna pop off at my grandmother, but because I'm about to lose it laughing. Like, I am about to burst at the seams. Because, holy shit, I know this woman is awful. I didn't know it was like this. I found out a little, I'll get to that in a minute. So I immediately inform everybody I can get my hands on. Y'all check out this shit my grandmother just said? And everyone's like, yo! Dog, it was hilarious. And it was doubly hilarious because she, like, went in on the conversation. And she's just like, I wonder if there's a genetic reason why black people get so ashy. And I'm like, ah!
Hang on, I got a sound effect for you.
She just kept talking about it for like a good 10 minutes to herself. And I'm just like, yeah, girl. I don't know. Maybe. I couldn't say. Trying to hold myself together while this woman just ponders racistly.
Sorry, just the phrase ponders racistly.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh god.
And again, she's already so bad that any bad things about her roll off of me most of the time. So when this happens, I'm just like, oh, what? And I laugh about it. And I get to laugh about it because that's just the way it is. I told this story to my mother, who was floored because my grandmother, when they were growing up, and unironically floored, because when they were growing up, my grandmother was like all about the civil rights movement. Like she was like, racism is stupid. 100%.
What? This is news to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
My grandmother is so unracist that she was really, really, really hurt and betrayed when all of her black friends suddenly turned on her when she described a black customer coming into the post office who was being like belligerent as the N-word with the hard R. Because she couldn't find a better word to describe how that dude was acting. And she was really hurt when her friends made it into a race thing.
Oh my god, let me play her the world's tiniest violin. My goodness.
Yeah. So like that was actually no, I had it a little different because I found that out from a different thing. But when I told my mother that story, she was floored because she was like, that doesn't sound like my mother is awful, but she's not racist. And I'm like, au contraire, ma mère.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but she absolutely is. I hate to break it to
you about your mom, but along with emotionally manipulative and absolute poison, racist too. Which, you know, she had a great time talking about how Black Lives Matter is stupid, and I'm like, okay, whatever, fucking great. But no, like, yeah, she lost all her black friends at the post office because she called an angry black man N, like, asterisk, 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 ER.
Again, world's tiniest violin for this woman.
Right, it was super great. So, like, yeah, the African dry skin at that point was contextualized a little better for me. But yeah, my grandmother is fucking awful. Just crazy, because she talks to me.
Just because.
Yeah.
I'm one of the good ones, so, you know, whatever.
And on that note.
Great. So it doesn't get much more racist than that, right? Wrong.
Oh, if only.
Couldn't possibly.
Couldn't possibly get worse than that, you said incorrectly.
Extremely incorrectly.
So there was a video that was that went around many years ago now of a guy from, I believe, Alabama talking about the most racist thing that's ever happened to him in his life. And it's about a field trip where he goes to a cotton processing plant and they have the kids go pick cotton. And then they retrieve the cotton from the kids when they're done. And so this dude, a black dude, and all of his other black classmates go to this cotton processing plant. And since he's like, he takes the cotton instead of giving it back, and like they find out that they took the cotton from the kids. That it's a great video. Go look up racist field trip.
Oh boy.
Sophie, I'm still putting my work in for that inheritance.
Yeah.
She persists, and it's really aggravating. One day
she will just die, and we will celebrate wildly.
Unless she's literally a demon and immortal.
That would be unfortunate.
Which is possible at this point.
It is possible.
Considering how long she is stuck around, or is sticking around.
Yeah.
Not ruling it out.
Yeah. So yeah, looking up racist field trip is a good one because this is my racist field trip. So, Barry Moblong, my dear friend, who I love to the moon and back.
Aw, thank you.
I'm helping Barry at a con table. Barry called on me in an emergency situation because the person who was supposed to be tabling with her had a medical emergency. and was not able to come to the convention. And while I'm sure Barry could have done it alone,
it was a lot, especially considering it was a 4-day convention.
4-day convention with it's a good 30,000 person con. This is before Times Con numbers. This is a big one.
Yeah.
This is one of the premier anime conventions in the California.
Yeah, it's I think 5th largest in the country.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's big, and I'm an extrovert, so I'm real good at this. So I help. We have a good weekend, and we decide that we are going to go visit the tablemate who had the medical emergency because they don't live where they are. They're at their grandmother's house.
Yep.
And their grandmother does not live too far from the con. So we pack up and we head out. We drive to their grandmother's house. And for context, this is the first time I'm meeting this person in person. We've talked online at this point, not Barry, the tablemate. This is the first time that I'm talking to this person in person. We have a good online rapport. So yay, congratulations, you finally get to meet your online friends in real life. So we go to grandma's house, and grandma's very wealthy. So, the house has a walk, right? Like a private little road driveway, and you get out, and then
huge plot of land.
Exactly,
Yeah.
a walk up to the patio where the front door is. So I pull the car up because I drive because I like driving, and Barry doesn't like driving as much as I do.
Also, I was exhausted because
also you're exhausted.
You did help a lot that con, but I was flying solo for a lot of that con as well.
That's true.
I couldn't take all of your time, understandably.
Right. You did good, and I am very proud of you.
Thank you. But I also super appreciated your help.
It's just what I do best. So, I pull the car up, and this person has told their grandmother, Barry is coming over, and Nigel's coming over, and so my friends Barry and Nigel, they're coming over, they're gonna hang out, and they want to check on me because I had a medical emergency, and they were fine, this person. They had a medical emergency, but they are alive and ostensibly well.
They were recovering, basically.
Yeah. So we get there. Barry hops out of the car, and it's like, oh my god, we're excited. We're very excited. And Barry, I believe you've met Grandma before. At this point,
at most, only in brief passing.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's fine. You've existed in the same space before. You've laid eyes on each other, which is really the important part.
Right.
So yeah, Grandma, I'm gonna call Linda. So we, they interact at the patio. I lock up the car and I start walking up the walk toward the patio, and the unfortunate tablemate feels the cold grip of death on her shoulder. And this isn't exactly how it went, but I like my version more, so I'm gonna tell it my way. She hears from behind, tablemate. She hears the voice of Linda. Who's that? Tablemate says, that's Nigel. Whose friend is that? Mine? Barry's? That's Nigel. I said he was coming. Said he was coming. So it's a weird question, Grandma. Wonder what's up with that. For reference, tablemate and Grandma are both Caucasian people. Grandma's is very old.
Very old and very capital white person.
Oh, she's white.
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 So I walk up and I'm like, hey, I'm Nigel. She's like, hi, I'm Linda. And we go in the house, and I introduce myself. I'm polite this isn't my first old white person rodeo. Like, I know how it goes. I, too, have an old white grandmother. Like, I'm ready. I'm prepared for the situation, or so I think. So, we go in, we make casual conversation. Oh, how'd you meet my granddaughter? It's like, oh, we're friends through the internet. And like, oh, where you from? And I'm like, oh, I tell her where I'm from. It's like, oh, that's dangerous. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
This whole time, it's not really clicking with any of us yet, really.
Oh, no, she's giving me the standard old white woman, rigmarole. Like, it's fine.
Yep.
Whatever. Again, my ex's parents were the oldest white people I've ever met. I met her grandma, who was, 100. Like, it was... I've been to White Christmas before. Like, I can handle anything. So, we Tablemate has fairly recently actually moved out of this house. So a lot of her stuff is kind of strewn about her childhood room, like her middle school room. So we're just kind of in the room looking at copies of Pokemon Sapphire and orphan manga volumes and magazines, that kind of shit that you find in the corners and the nooks and crannies when you leave your childhood home. And we're minding our own business, and Barry and friend are shooting the shit about something, and Linda comes up to me and says, "Hey, would you like to see something funny?" Now, when an old person asks if you would like to see something funny and their child is in the room, well, an old person is like, "Oh, this is a newspaper clipping from when we went to the moon," or the headline from when it was V-Day when we won the World War II, or
my
naked
granddaughter's
baby pictures.
naked pictures.
Exactly, naked baby pictures, or something, a Halloween costume. Who knows?
Yep.
I'm prepared. Again, I've met an old woman before, and so I'm like, sure, Linda, I'd love to see something funny, and she looks great. Now, before I tell you where we went, I have to tell you how we probably got here. Because there's only one way I can figure out how this next series of events came to be. I entered the house. And once again, just in case anyone missed it at any point, I am a person of color. Very specifically, I am a half-black man. So, I enter the house of Linda. And this is a disaster. Because we walk off, the three of us, toward the childhood room of our tablemate. And Linda, I imagine, nearly faints, back leaning against the wall. She puts the back of her hand up to her forehead. "Oh, land sakes alive. I never thought it would happen to me. I never thought it would come to this. A young Negro boy in my house. Whatever shall I do? I can't simply tell him to leave. He's my grandmother's friend somehow, and I must be a gracious host." Clutching her pearls. But what can I do? I have nothing for this. I have nothing for this black man, this black youth. What? There's nothing. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can talk to him about. I have nothing for him. How can I, a member of the master race, possibly connect with this young Negro youth who I am suddenly forced against my will to extend an olive branch to? If I can't send him away, what can I do? What could we possibly have in common? And she worked that master race brain as hard as she could. And with her superior intellect to mine, she came up with the perfect solution. used to own him. Duh! Of course! Obviously! Oh, duh. How could I forget slavery? That's what we have in common. Oh, man. Whew. Oh, dodged a bullet
Played
there.
the air horn just for you.
Thank you. Oh, dodged a bullet there. I'm so glad that my God-given genetic superior brain intellect could deliver me to the only solution to this fake social problem that I've made up in my head. And I have just the thing. So Linda comes and asks me if I'd like to see something funny, and I, none the fucking wiser, because how could I be? My black brain is worse than her white brain. That's just phrenology. So she leaves. And she comes back. She's holding an object. And I don't immediately process what the object is. And she extends it to me. And I take it in my hands. And I am nearly bowled over by an almost physical, tangible wave of the rage of generations of black slaves. The rage of Africa. Because she has put into my hands an honest-to-goodness mammy doll. Now, for the uninitiated, the mammy stereotype is a very common, outdated now, but very common stereotype of black people. It's if you've ever seen Gone with the Wind, ever, like the black mom character who like takes care of the kids, that's a mammy. If you go look at Aunt Jemima before they made it better, that's a mammy. Like the big black motherly woman who has the southern accent, who's good with the kids because they take care of the kids for the masters. That's the mammy. So she hands me this mammy doll. It's also a very common like children's doll to make because that's a mother figure in doll form. So she hands me this doll. And now I am processing what it is. And I'm like, I see.
That's what's happening here.
This is it, huh? Land sakes alive, I never thought it would happen to me.
I think meanwhile, I'm kind of across the room, so I haven't really seen this doll in full view yet.
Yeah, Barry
I'm just kind of like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's going on.
Head empty. There's stray manga here. I'm distracted.
Right, like there's like a faint trace of lesbians here, so Barry's like extremely locked onto that. Meanwhile,
out like a drug dog.
Exactly.
I sensed it.
The Twilight Princess scenes where you fucking enable scent mode and follow the trail. That's her right now. Our table mate, on the other hand, she's very pale. In this moment, she is blue. Because she has stopped breathing. Because she has seen her grandmother put into the hands of a black man on the first meeting we've ever had, me and this person. This is my first impression of our table mate. And her grandmother just delivered full racism directly to my hands. Applied directly to the Negro. Racism applied directly to the Negro. So
and with such enthusiasm.
So I'm turning this fucking cursed ass object over in my hands, and I'm like, oh boy, here we are. And she says, this has been in my family for over 150 years, and I'm just like, you don't say, Linda! I think I know what else has been in your family for over 150 years, Linda.
Starts with R and ends with acism.
Yeah. Starts with S and rhymes with Aves. So yeah, I'm just like, that's wild. And that is the most racist thing that had ever happened to me until 3 seconds later.
Oh no.
Because this story gets more racist. Because it's one thing to be shown the token of your people's former bondage. From oppressor to oppressed, direct. It's one thing. But as I'm turning this highly cursed doll over in my hands and really wondering how the fuck we got here,
like
she says
record
to me,
scratch, freeze frame.
Just like I am, my mind is free. I have reached enlightenment through racism. Like, this is fucking nirvana. I am one with the energies of the Black universe at this time. And she says, "Would you like to keep it?" And I'm usually not at a loss for words, and I wasn't at a loss for words in this situation, but I don't know that I have ever
Spat out an
answered
answer
a question so quickly in my life. Because she said, "Would you like to keep it?" And inside of a half a second of her asking me that
no
question, hesitation, no beats missed, I just smile at her and I say, "How? Absolutely not." And Linda is crestfallen. Her plan to make peace with the blacks was unfortunately to no avail. We cannot smash it like a plate in an old Greek wedding, unfortunately, because I did not accept the Mammy doll into my life. I handed it back to Linda, who disappointedly took it away, and I looked back to my friends. Our table mate is like anime petrified. And yeah, see, I would love to be the absolutely not guy instead of the weird sex lizard guy, but you play the hand you're dealt. So I look back at my two friends and I just say to them, "We should go." and our table mate's like, "We should go." And Barry's like, "Yeah, all right." Still having no idea what's going on here.
Again, I only did not really get a decent look at this doll. I'm only catching glimpses maybe of this entire thing unfolding. I am very lost. Yeah, I have one brain cell.
And it's currently occupied by lesbianism. So Linda comes back in. We say, "Hey, we're gonna go get some lunch." Says, "Okay, well, have fun." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, Linda." We go. We are silent. Stone dead fucking silent. The entire time we are leaving, the entire time we are packing into the car, the entire time we drive away from the house, and once we are on public roads,
we turn onto the street.
We turn onto the street, and the first thing I hear from the backseat is table mate saying, "Oh my god, I am so fucking sorry. Holy shit. Oh my god. I can't stress enough how much this is the first time I've ever met this person in real life." And her grandmother just applied racism directly to the Negro. So, like, this is craziness. This is unconscionable. Never in a million years did I think I would find myself in this situation. And I'm not pissed at her. It's not her fault her grandma's fucking racist. There's someone whose fault it is, but that's a different conversation. I'm losing my goddamn mind. This is one of the funniest things I've ever heard that's ever happened in my life.
You're just losing your mind, dying of laughter. We nearly have to pull the car over.
Yeah, because I'm losing it on the way to the McDonald's. And, like, our friend is like, please accept my sincerest apologies for the grave racism crimes committed directly to you by my grandmother. And I'm like, oh, no. You have succeeded where your grandmother failed. You do not have to apologize for this. Because you, unlike Linda, you have given me a gift. You have given me superpowers. You have given me the magical ability to make any person I ever meet piss their pants as long as they give me 10 minutes to tell this story. Because holy shit. Oh my god. That shit's crazy. And I told this story to my father, who is an black person. And he was like, you know, my son. My father's very cool and very wise. You know, my son. You did the best thing you possibly could have done given the situation. Because you were the representative of black people in this situation. Every single one. It's not very often that a person of a marginalized group gets to be the arbiter, the fucking representative for that entire marginalized group. No single gay person is ever speaking for all gays. No single trans person is ever speaking for all transes. I was speaking for every black person because I know for a fact that Linda did not have any brown people in her life in a non-service position. And I literally know that I was the last black person she ever talked to because the next thing she did, like 3 months later, was fucking die. So, like, I was it.
You took the mammy doll to the grave.
I hope so.
God,
and in that moment, I represented all of black people. And I had 3 options. Option A, throw it at her head and fucking leave. I had the car keys.
We would have supported you.
Exactly. But that would have sucked. And I'm just not that kind of guy. Second option.
Oh God,
They
Avery.
say she's buried with that mammy doll.
Oh God.
Second option. Hey, Linda, that's super fucked up, and I'ma tell you why. And attempt to educate this 95,000-year-old white woman. But no, it would have been lost on Methuselah, the lesson in social justice. And while it would have felt, why it may have felt good to attempt to educate this ancient fucking relic of the sins of our past, instead, no, absolutely not. A friendly, diplomatic, no thank you. And you know what? I think that was the right answer too.
Yep.
Because she was never going to learn anything from me, and me popping off at this fucking dinosaur was not going to be productive. So hey,
Cool, the dinosaurs, they're
don't.
cooler than that, ladies.
Yeah.
you know what?
That's an insult to dinosaurs.
Are definitely, that is an insult to dinosaurs. I would like to apologize to dinosaurs.
Call out post Nigel insults dinosaurs.
Oh my god. First I was the homophobe, now I'm a dinophobe. That's crazy. Wow. All the bullshit's coming out.
The dinosaur unappreciator has logged on.
Am I invited to the cancel Nigel party? Is that how that works?
Oh my god.
Like I'm the reason for the season, right? Like, do I get to be there? Anyway, yeah, I was like, you know what? No. If she's gonna die immediately, which I didn't know at the time, but if she's gonna die immediately, nothing I'm gonna do is gonna change this ancient woman. So let me just put one more W in the brown column before she leaves this mortal plane. Let's just give us Pox one more win, and we'll leave it at that. So diplomacy it was, and then she fucking died. So
And
I
so
feel
did all of me.
yeah.
So did what?
So
And then all of us died as well from laughter.
yes.
We're
So-
all talking from the grave now.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Of course. Look at our eyes. We're all dead.
It's just the Nesso style.
Yeah. Well, fucking death sounds like that's between you and Japan, I guess. So that is
Sophie also pointing out that you're a reptophobe.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Mhm.
Thank you.
I forgot about that.
Let's just get all the cancels out right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the
That's true.
resolution of the horror movie. It's The Ring, except it's the story.
Great. Yeah, so that's that was actually the most racist thing that has ever happened to me. And it was fucking hilarious. And I will treasure this story until I die. Thank you for bearing with me as I recount the racist tales of my life.
Please, friend, you are a gift. You are always a gift, whether you're storytelling or just being here. But thank you for always sharing your stories with us.
Yeah, I mean, hey. What good is getting a superpower if I don't use it?
Oh god.
I know that's a big one to leave off on.
Yep.
I will let's just to have a little storytelling aftercare after that big huge racism climax. Let's do something a little bit lower stakes,
Great
shall we?
power.
Let's talk about murder crimes.
That doesn't sound lower stakes, but okay.
No, don't worry, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
That's fine. So, you know, despite the fact that I have been given this superpower, I am just a boy, an ordinary boy. And I was also 12 once. And when I was 12, I liked to play a video game. Several, even. But in this particular case, we're talking about everyone's favorite, Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, if you are somehow uninitiated with Kingdom Hearts, it is basically a Disney Final Fantasy crossover game until it's not. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, it is still very much a Disney Final Fantasy crossover game, and it also picks up after Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories. And it Kingdom Hearts the First was delivered to wide acclaim. It's a good video game, real cool, good. The two titans of pop culture capitalism, Final Fantasy and the Disney Mouse, coming together to make a cool video game. At this point, videos game. And so Kingdom Hearts 2 is coming in. I gotta get Kingdom Hearts 2 because holy shit. Did you see Kingdom Hearts 1? That's crazy. That's wild. Kingdom Hearts 2 is released at this time. I turn to my mother and I says, Mom. And she turns to me and she says, Son, I got a proposition for you. She's like, all right.
Absolutely how you said this as a 12-year-old.
Of course. I will hear your proposition. So here's me in the Shark Tank before my loving mother, who is excellent. All right, so check it out, Mom. If if you will, if you look at all my receipts, I know that, you know, my grades are not like the best. I'll own that. I'll take that L. I don't get straight A's. I'm not a straight A student. I know that I get a lot of, you know, needs to apply myself more. What can I say? I have undiagnosed ADHD. What do you want? But I am a good kid. I really never do anything to get myself in trouble. I honestly spend most of my time reading. You know, I'm chill. Like even when I was an infant, like I was like a really easy baby to raise. Remember that one time where like remember that one time when I was a kid, I was crying and it was so weird like that your sister was watching me and it was so weird that I was crying and I wouldn't stop because I never cried as a kid, really. And she called you freaking out and didn't know what was wrong with me and you were just like, "Did you feed him?" And she's like, "No." You were just like, "Try feeding him." And she fed me and it was cool. I was just hungry. Like that was how wild it was. That was how crazy it was that I was having a problem. I never caused no problems.
You're a good
So
being.
here I am, laying myself before the mercy of the Shark Tank with my proposition. Given my stellar track record of behavior, I think that I deserve to get Kingdom Hearts 2. My mother, in her infinite benevolence and massive magnanimosity, looks down upon me, this peasant child, and says, "I have heard your cries, and you have been found worthy. We will go get you the Kingdom Hearts 2. And I'm like, yes! And so we go to GameStop. Game Crazy. Yeah! When it was still attached to Hollywood Video. So we go to Game Crazy. And I'm in the fucking car. Yeah! I'm in the car, and I'm fucking vibrating. Yes! Kingdom Hearts 2. Yes! So we go to Game Crazy, and we go up. And I was like, "One Kingdom Hearts 2, please." And the Game Crazy dude's like, "Hell yeah, you can have a Kingdom Hearts 2, teen." And I'm like, "Yeah." And so I get Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm like, yes! So I'm in the back, like we drive like 15. So I'm in the back, like I am a fiend. Like I have the game case, and I'm just like, I've been open. I'm like looking at the manual. I'm like smelling the manual, like reading all of the words. Like I'm looking at the back of the disc, trying to see if I can see the game so that I can put it into my brain before I actually get to play it, just so I know what happens. I want to play it right now in my head. I'm trying to read the fucking pits of the CD, just like, get in my head. I am phasing out. I'm in an energy state that is putting me out of phase with this fucking plane. And so we're driving home. And my sense of direction is very good. So we're getting home, we're making some turns, right? And at this point in my life, I live in kind of the cuts. I do not live with my grandmother at this point in my life. I live kind of in the sticks. The sticks is not it. The cuts is it. I live in the cuts. It's not the best area, you see. When Linda said, "Oh, where you live is dangerous," I live in the dangerous part of where I live at this point. So I'm like, okay, what are we doing? What's up? Why are we making so many turns? My mom's like, there's some police funk going on. We can't. We gotta go around the police line. Do not cross. Like, okay, whatever. That's fine. I accept this answer because it has happened before and it will happen again. And I don't give a fuck. Just give me the fucking Kingdom Hearts 2. Holy shit! I need it. And like 5 more minutes goes by and we make some fucking weird turns. And I'm like, hey, I just wanted to check in on the getting home project. I don't want to blow up your inbox. Everyone's really busy right now, and I don't, it's a big project right now. I know we've hit a lot of roadblocks. I'm sure you're getting a bunch of Slack notifications. Like I know, like I'm not trying to just be all up in your teams. I wanted to check in on where the getting home project was. We do have some deadlines that are approaching. And this is of course not to insinuate that you're not doing your best to to meet those deadlines. I just wanted to check in, see where we are. So, as soon as you can get back to me with an update about your progress on getting us home, I do need to play Kingdom Hearts 2 more than I need to breathe oxygen. So just let me know whenever you get a chance. Thanks much. Cheers, comma, Nigel from the backseat of the car. She's like, I don't know, dude. This police cordon's really, really big. Like, hold on. Hold on. She pulls over and she goes to talk to a police person, which she can do because she's white. And I just remembered another story.
Oh boy.
And she's like, hey, officer. And they're like, hey, what's up? And like, hey, so I live around here. And there's a lot of blocked off area. Like, is everything good? And like, yeah, we have a 3-block radius currently cordoned off. There's a hostage situation actually going on inside the cordon, and we have it barriered. No one can enter or exit until we get this situation resolved. And she's like, oh no. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, well, where is it? What's the address? Now, some of you may be ahead of me. And you may be thinking to yourself, oh no, someone has taken a hostage inside of this kid's house and he's never going to get to play Kingdom Hearts 2. No, fortunately, the hostage situation was not inside of my house. However, it was across the street from my house. And so I hear this explanation. I hear them give the address of the house across the street from mine. And I'm like, whew! Oh, man, I thought it was in my house. That's crazy. Well, since it's not, yeah, like if we could get a motorcade, that'd be cool. I'm good. I don't need to, if you're gonna call in SWAT, they're gonna be shooting away from me playing Kingdom Hearts 2. So it's good. We can just if you just want to scooch the K rail just a little to the right so we can get the Honda Civic through, just a skosh to the right so we can get the Honda Civic through. We will not interfere with the police activity. I really just have a video game to play. Did you know that I'm 12 and this is the most important thing of my life? Because if we can if you give us the blues and twos, just so we could get just scooch on through the hostage situation that's going on across the street, that'd be cool. Because it's not my house. That's fine, right? It was not fine, as it turns out. It wasn't. So we had to leave. We had to go away. And you think you've been a depressed teen, but you haven't been me in the back of that car going to my sister's house. Every breath I took was a sigh. Just slumped as far as I could into the back car seat. I had the game case just in my hands and I was looking at it.
Fresh fumes coming off the manual.
Fresh fumes coming off the manual. Because my sister doesn't play video games, and even if she had a PlayStation 2, that's her memory card. I can't take that. It's not my save file. I can't put that on my memory card. Sure, I could copy it after the fact, but she doesn't even have one, so it doesn't even matter. I am already dead. I'm dead. I'm not even here. Before, my energy state put me out of phase with this universe, and now my energy state has fallen so far that I am once again out of phase with this universe. I'm a husk, a shadow of my former self. Topical, given the video game at hand, but I have become a nobody. So,
Hang on. I need my... But there we go.
there you go. So, I sit there on my sister's couch for like 4 hours. It's when we get there, it's like 6, maybe 6:30. And she lives kind of far away, so we're about half an hour from my house. 20 minutes. And I'm just sitting there on the couch for like the whole time. I'm just like opening the game case, popping it open, popping the disc out, looking at it, sighing, clicking the disc back in, looking at the manual, sighing, putting the manual back in, closing the game case, looking at the back, sighing, just for fucking hours. I am so sad. I can't
make the same
saddest
popping noise
little boy.
that you do.
Yeah, it's okay. You can imagine. If you've ever opened or closed a PlayStation 2 game, you know exactly the noise. And that was it. We have no idea when this police fucking action is going to be up. There's no way we can know. It's not like they're tweeting. It's 2000, whatever it is. 6? 5? I don't know.
And it's a hostage situation.
And it's a hostage situation. It's
like
fucking
they're going to be done when they're done.
Exactly, when they're done. And so it's like 10:45 by the time we leave. But we leave. And I'm like, okay, all right, fine. We're late, but better late than never. I rally. My spirits lift when it's finally time to get back in the car and go home, because I know they can't possibly still have the hostage when we get back home. Can't possibly have it. So we drive home. We take all the proper turns. The police cordon is gone. Like, yes, fucking yes, excellent. No more cops, no more robbers, no more crimes, only games. It's time. So we get inside. I'm like, yes, finally, Kingdom Hearts. I go up to the TV. I go to turn the PlayStation on. I'm like, yes, Kingdom Hearts time. And my mother, out of nowhere, puts her hand between my finger and the PlayStation reset button that turns it on and says, it's not Kingdom Hearts time. It's bedtime. No, this can't. No, of course not. No, mother, you, no, you can't. No, you can't. Mom, mommy, mom,
Mother
mother,
dearest.
whom I love, mother dearest, who. Oh, we have an ad.
Oh shoot! I tried to warn about that in chat, but sorry.
That's okay.
Mandatory ad break.
Yeah, I'll take a sip of water.
Yeah, you deserve to hydrate.
Delicious.
The crying
Ad
face.
1 of 3. It's Genshin Impact.
Oh,
I don't
of course
play
it
Genshin
is.
Impact. Hey, but it is Shinkaku. What's her shit? Shenhe.
Yes.
So
A
yeah.
good wife.
Which is unfortunate because now I care about 8 Genshins.
Thank you, Jason. I am not going to caffeinate because I'm out of coffee, and it's a bad time for coffee. I'm going to hydrate though. So same
I'm
thing.
Hungry. Ooh.
Yeah.
So Genshin Impact. If you want to hear about my Genshin Impact stories, you should watch the VODs from Barry Montblanc's VODs, because racism also comes up in one of those.
I
Fucking
think
Schubert Lawrence.
I thought we were gonna because there was at least one Genshin stream where we talked about the lizard.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, thank you for enduring a brief stint of capitalism to pay the magical girl to be alive.
Oh no, I don't get anything from Twitch ads.
Well, fuck. Sorry about that, then. Thank you for being here.
Yes, appreciate y'all waiting out.
Yes, I don't
You
know
did
where
not
the
miss
ad
it
came
much.
in. Yeah, we didn't actually talk about it. We didn't. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
So I'm this sudden betrayal. But no, perhaps she simply doesn't understand. Perhaps if I make her understand, she will allow me to play the Kingdom Hearts. Because my mother is a good mother. She's very understanding. So perhaps I just have to make her understand. Ma, no, Ma,
Mother.
yeah, like I know it's late. It is late. I get that, but no, my game time was stolen by criminals. You see, it's not my fault that it's so late. But surely I am owed back time for the crime that was unlawfully taken from me to play this video game Kingdom Hearts 2 that is the most important thing in my life. And my mother, she looks at me and she says, I do understand. I am an understanding person, and you are a good kid. And you do deserve that time back. But I can't give you that time back. This is an injustice that you will have to endure because you are a good kid. And since you're a good kid, you're gonna go to bed because it's bedtime. And I'm like biting my fist, trying not to say the words, and I fucking can't help myself. I'm just, I'm a good kid and I'm gonna go to bed because it's bedtime. And so I go to bed because I'm a good kid and it was bedtime. And I didn't get up early because fuck that. So I just didn't play Kingdom Hearts. I didn't play it. And I went to school.
Tragic.
It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And so I go to school the next day. And my friends are just like, yo! And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, fucking Kingdom Hearts 2! Ah! And I'm like, yeah. Like, oh my god, Roxas, restoration at 12%! Ah! And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, then nobody's at the mansion, oh my god, and I'm like, yeah. Like, dude, why aren't you hyped? You got Kingdom Hearts 2. You said you got Kingdom Hearts 2. You got Kingdom Hearts 2, right? We heard you were on AIM. You were on AOL Instant Messenger, and we talked about getting Kingdom Hearts 2. And I was like, we did talk about getting Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, well, come on, man. Hype, what's up? You fucking hate it? What's up? Well, it's not Sora, but like, that's fine, right? You get Sora, right? Like, Kingdom Hearts 2, huh? And I tug the collar of my trench coat and I light up a cigarette. A smooth, somber saxophone starts playing as I lean against the wall.
I do not have any sound effects for this. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just imagine the film noir here. I lean against the wall of my middle school. Exactly. Kingdom Hearts 2, huh? What do you kids know about crime?
This story aged you.
We're in this world. We all do our best. We try to be good, upstanding citizens, good kids. We go to bed on time. We eat all of our vegetables. We don't get into trouble. We're not perfect. Our grades could be better. You know, everyone's got something, but we're all just out here doing our best. And you'd think that a kid is entitled to the sweat of his schoolwork. But no. It's a cruel world we live in. Sometimes the scum of the earth just comes for you.
Or in this case, your neighbor.
Or in this case, comes for your neighbor. No. When I was being a fucking film noir kid, I definitely played it up. Sometimes the crimes just come for you when you least expect them. Kingdom Hearts 2? No, not for me. Not for me. See what happened to me? Restoration at 12%, nothing will ever restore the time I lost. There were people doing murder crimes in my house, you see. We couldn't have known. It's not like Twitter's a thing yet. We couldn't have known. We got there, we saw that police line, and we knew. We knew there would be no Kingdom Hearts 2. We pleaded with the cops. We did everything we could. My mom's a nice lady. It's not a nice world. 4 hours. Those criminals took 4 hours from me. And you think, oh, it's just 4 hours? You're a young kid. You get it back. You got your whole life ahead of you. No. No, there's some things you can't get back. I'll never play Kingdom Hearts 2. You'll all have to just, you'll have to go on without me. It's nothing you, me, no one's mom, or anyone else in this world can do about just the filth. Very Rorschach, fucking scum of the earth. It takes things from you and you can't get them back. You just gotta live with it forever. It changes you. You'll see. You'll see. Then I went home and played Kingdom Hearts 2. It was really fucking good. It's a really good game.
It's real good.
It's a really good game. It's a shame that the third game and the sequel came like 15 years and 27 games too late.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That de-escalated quickly.
100 to 0.
When you're a kid,
Yeah.
and your whole world is that video game,
Yep.
that's what it feels like. And then you go home and play the video game.
Yeah, it was really good. I played Kingdom Hearts 2 for several hours, and yeah, everything was better when I heard those the first dulcet tones of Utada Hikaru's Sanctuary in my child ears. I was like, ah, yes. And you and I melt away. Yes. Yeah, it was a story about how criminals stopped me from playing Kingdom Hearts 2 because they were taking hostages inside my house. It made me the saddest person in the universe.
Avery!
It's absolutely my version of a Batman origin story. 100%. Not my racist grandmother. No. Not other people's racist grandmother. No, not even that.
Not the lizard.
Not the lizard. Although that is a strong contender. You think you're doing good in this world, and people take the story and they run with it, and it gets away from you.
Oh my god.
You think you're telling someone something they need to know, and you are. You are.
But then it accidentally gets broadcast to all of Tumblr.
But then the wrong people are listening in. Some people hear some things they don't need to, and then it's out of anyone's hands.
You're punished for sharing the truth.
You're punished for bringing the truth, because everyone loves a good story. They love it so much, they'll make it whatever they want to make it good. I never put my dick anywhere near that lizard.
I wasn't prepared for that! Oh my god! That hurt me.
In this world, there's only two kinds of guys. Weird sex lizard guy, and everyone else.
Oh no.
Which one actually enjoys the weird sex lizards may surprise you.
Oh my my god.
It's just the bad rap the messengers in this world get.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Was there one last one that you said you remembered mid other story? If not,
shit.
we can
Yeah,
always...
I pulled over the police once.
You what?
Okay. So
Do I need to bring up the systemic racism
No.
Okay.
No, because technically I broke the law. Very, very technically I broke traffic law. So I was driving one of my coworkers home from GameStop one time when I worked at GameStop. I used to work at GameStop. It was fine. My GameStop wasn't as much of a horror story as many other GameStops because the city my GameStop was in has really good labor laws. So, anyway, we're driving home from GameStop, and he lives like half an hour away from this GameStop, and we were both closing, and he fucking didn't want to take public transit home because whatever, fuck it. And I'm fine, whatever, I like driving. So I drove him home, and I didn't stop all the way at a red light before I turned right at the red light.
Dun, dun,
And I'm like, okay, whatever. And I look behind me, and now we're on like a really long, straight street. I look behind me, and I'm like, oh, fuck, is that a cop car? Ah, shit, they're gonna fucking give me a ticket for fucking running that red light. God damn it. God damn it. And so without telling I looking behind me, I was like, ah, fuck, that's a cop. And he's like, and my friend's like, well, whoop, because he knows I didn't stop all the way. And I'm like, I don't want a ticket. 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 So I turn right into just like a residential street, and I pull over. And it was kind of abrupt, so the cop follows me. And I'm like, all according to Keikaku. And my friend is like, huh? And I'm just like, just fine, shut up, just follow me. And he's like, okay. And so I pull over and I roll my window down and I put my hand out the window and I wave. And sure enough, the cop lights turn on. Like the light bar turns on, I get the reds and the blues, and I also get the flashlight. And he's like, hey dog, what are you doing? And I'm just like, shut up. It's fine, just follow me here. And he's like, okay, dude. And the cop comes out, he's like, what's going on in here? I was like, hey officer, I am super lost, and I know sometimes police come from like outside of the city that they work, but like you work here, like you work here, you're the city of this place's police department, and like I'm lost. I'm trying to drive my friend home. I'm not from here. I'm from like half an hour away, and like it's dark. So like, could you like, do you know where his address is? And he looks at both of us. And he's just like, yeah, can I see both your IDs, please? And he's like, and I'm like, sure. And my friend's like, hello? And I'm like, it's fine, shut up. And so he takes our licenses and also my registration. And he's just like, hey, what the fuck's going on? And I'm like, I really don't want a ticket. And he's like, yeah, I guess. But like, this is how we're doing it? And I'm like, yes, I'm socially engineering this police officer. Please shut the fuck up and follow me. And he comes back and he's like, so, just so you know, I did run I ran both your IDs, and like, you know, there's nothing out on your IDs. Like, there's no warrants or anything, like, but I'm sorry, what's going on here? I'm just like, I'm lost. I'm trying to take my friend home. Could, like, if you happen to know where his address is, do you know where it is? And he looks at my friend's ID, and sure enough, it's on, like, it's here. And he's like, he looks at my friend. He's like, do you not know how to get back to your house? And he's like, I honestly, I haven't lived here very often. I usually get very often. I haven't lived here very long, and usually I get rides. And you know, it's usually lighter out. Like there's some landmarks, but I can't see them right now. So you know, and he looks at me and he's like, "Can you GPS it?" I'm like, "My phone's dead, officer. Come on, buddy." My phone's dead. My phone's not dead. My phone's dead. If I had GPS, I wouldn't be pulling you over like this. Come on, man. And he's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's that way. If you go down this street like another mile, you should find the turn, like the land, like you should find a turn that turns onto the street that comes off of. So, yeah, go that way. And we're like, cool, thanks. Like, yeah. Drive safe. Will do, officer. Thanks a lot for your help. Thank you for protecting and serving. And he drives off. And my friend is just like, so hey, dog, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, I really didn't want a ticket. Like, yeah, so you got closer to getting a ticket? And I'm like, did you see how discombobulated that cop was? Absolutely. This was the only correct move. And he was like, I guess. And so, yeah, I pulled that cop over. And I absolutely 100% threw off his whole groove. I bamboozled the fuck out of that pig, and I'll do it again. Hell yes.
Well done.
It was well done. I should be a black hat fucking hat security penetration fucking guy.
That's a fun gig.
I should fucking get
Power
my
moves.
CISSP certification and do fucking security pen testing. Hell yeah. I'd be great at it, I think. I can work people really well. See, one of the things about my grandmother is that she's awful, and so in order to maintain my like agency in my life and my freedom from her clutches as much as I could, I had to learn to lie like a motherfucker. I am so good at lying. It's one of my least favorite parts about me because it sucks and I don't have to do it until I do. And then when I do, I'll tell you whatever you want and you'll believe it. And that sucks. But those are all my stories. I think I'm storied out. Like, I mean, there's more that I got, but like I think I've introduced like 2 or 3 extra stories. So
Yeah.
y'all are getting plus value.
Spoiled.
Oh, have I played Among Us? I can't do Among Us.
Nigel gets
one of
very
the-
anxious when lying.
It's not getting anxious when lying. That is not what it is. I am an excellent liar. It fucks me up when I'm telling the truth and no one believes me. I don't put myself into situations where I have to lie to people I care about. Like, ever, because I don't, but when I have to convince someone of something, all I have is all the information that I can possibly give you. Over-explaining in Among Us is sus.
Yeah.
Under-explaining in Among Us is sus. I can work a narrative. I cannot do that exact thing. It fucking,
Which is fair.
it messes me up. Like, Among Us is very close to my joint, but if I'm telling the truth and no one believes me, it makes me very anxious. And I know that's the game. My brain knows it's the game, but brain goblins are very strong.
Yep, entirely valid. But that is.
That's fine. I'll
we
just
can always do
participate in the
another.
Among Us memes.
Whoop. Yeah. If you have more stories, we can save them for next time. We can always do Storytime with Nigel Volume 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me to talk about something, I'll talk about something for like an hour. Don't get me started on Ace Combat.
Oh my god.
15 years ago, there was a war.
That is unfortunately all the time we have for tonight, though. Thank you so much, Nigel, for sharing all of your many, many stories with us. You are always a treat, always a delight, and we all appreciate you being here. Chat, make sure you say thank you to Nigel as well. I'm gonna hit that applause button.
Yay!
No, not that button.
Thank you.
I have an actual applause button.
Oh, nice. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, chat, for listening to my story. Story S. I guarantee you that the editorializing I did was only for flavor, and all of those things actually happened to me.
Yep.
Many of them can be corroborated by other people.
Yep.
Many of them can be corroborated by Barry Mulbrook.
Yes.
I
am privileged to have been witness to some of these amazing stories, so they are all true.
So, that's just how it goes in my life. And thank you for listening to me go on about me. Next time, perhaps I shall go on about something different, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. Next stream will be tomorrow. We're gonna be playing Mario Kart for Community Day. So, yeah!
Yay!
Woo! Hang on.
Love to have
I'll
a
do
community.
yay. I don't care. I'll throw down another one of those. Let's see. I will copy paste my Switch friend code in the chat. Please add me when you can, if you would like to participate tomorrow or in the future. And it's also on my Twitter as well. But that's tomorrow's party. I look forward to seeing you all again then. Hope you guys had a delightful time this evening.
Hey, Barry.
Around the fire. Yes.
When are we going to do our drunk Shadow the Hedgehog playthrough?
Oh my god. We'll figure it out. We gotta see what we have to see what your schedule looks like, because schedule is important. Gotta stick to
true.
Yeah. Because I wanted to have it have a set day for it if we can. But just the excited gasp.
Right, the fucking gasp. Oh! Oh, shit.
Oh my god,
Oh my
yes.
god. We gotta get Rave.
Yep, absolutely. We'll figure it out. But for now, it is time to say goodnight to the chats. Good night, chat.
Good night to the chat.
Onyasumi.